Yes, people, a very happy morning to all of you. So guys, we are doing the chapter number 6, which is accounting for special transaction. In that, we are doing bills of exchange. And so far in bills of exchange, guys, we have completed what is the meaning of bill of exchange and the promissory note. We have understood how do we calculate the due date or the maturity date of a bill or a promissory note. Also, we have seen that how do we do the accounting entries while honoring the bill in 4 different scenarios in 4 different cases. And we also learned that how do we do the accounting entry for the dishonorment of the bill in the same above 4 cases. Also, we have understood how do we do the accounting for renewal of bill. We understood what is first of all the renewal of bill, what is retirement of bill, and we understood how to do the accounting of renewal and the retirement of bill. So this topic, guys, point number 1 to point number 6 is something which we have discussed elaborately in depth in the 11th standard. And to some extent, we have discussed in depth also in the CA Foundation so far, the classes what we have taken. Here, from the 7th topic onwards, or the 7th topic mainly is a new concept which you will come across in the foundation level, where the practical questions based on this will be solved. So this is a very, very important topic. And from the examination point of view also, this is very, very important. And so far in the examinations, majorly the questions have come from this particular segment. So let's understand what is accommodation of bill. Before I theoretically explain what is that, let's understand a scenario. Guys, this is A, seller. B is the buyer or customer. Normally what happens is, guys, seller sells the goods to the buyer, or buyer will purchase the goods from the seller. Along with the goods, the invoice has been sent as a supporting evidence, plus a bill of exchange has been executed. A bill of exchange is executed, which the buyer in return will accept it, accept it and give it back to whom? Seller. Accept and give it back to the seller. Now, in this transaction, the underlying or the main element is the transfer of goods. This bill of exchange is a result of either purchase or sale of goods. In other words, if I have to tell you, there are 3 different scenarios. This is A, the seller. This is B, the buyer. Seller will sell the goods. Seller will sell the goods, or he'll provide the services. In return, the buyer will pay money in form of cash, or the consideration is received or paid in form of cash. Second scenario is where A is the seller, B is the buyer. Seller sells the goods or he provides the services on credit basis. On credit basis, which means in return, B has to make the payment on a future date. So this is a cash transaction. This is a credit transaction. But this credit transaction is an unsecured transaction because here there is no bill of exchange as such executed. So this is an unsecured transaction. Another scenario is that A is the seller, B is the buyer. A sells the goods or he provides the service to the buyer. In return, buyer accepts and gives the bill of exchange or a promissory note. So this is also a credit transaction, but the nature of the transaction is very secure. This is secured, this is unsecured. In all these 3, guys, one thing that is common is we are transacting goods and services. We are transacting goods and services. We are transacting goods and services. The prima facie underlying of this transaction is basically the goods and services. In return, either we'll get cash or we will get the money in future without any security, or we'll get money in future with security. This kind of transaction normally is called as, guys, trading of bill. Trading of bill is a scenario where a bill of exchange is executed or accepted. In return, when a good is being transacted, goods are transacted. This is a normal business transaction, and this process is called as a trading of bill or trading bill. Now, guys, in accommodation of bill, what happens is that the seller, I'm going in reverse, okay, gives a bill of exchange. Gives a bill of exchange to the buyer. That is, he draws a bill of exchange on the buyer, but in return, there is neither any goods nor any services executed, which means seller is not selling any goods to the buyer. Seller is not giving any service to the service receiver. Still, he is executing a bill of exchange to which B is accepting and giving it back. So guys, acceptance of the bill by the customer indicates that he is undertaking the responsibility to make the payment of this bill value in the future. Am I right or wrong? When somebody is accepting the bill, so it is a responsibility that which he is taking, that in future on the due date, I will pay the money to the seller. Now the question that arises is that why the hell is B making the future payment to the seller when B has not received anything in return? B has not received any goods. B has not received any services. Then why on earth is he accepting to pay the money in future? Why is he undertaking a liability to make the payment in future? The whole and sole reason, guys, the whole and sole reason for this is to help A, or to help A and B both put together. Sir, we didn't understand, sir. Please make us understand properly. Now, guys, the scenario was like that this was a person called A. A was in urgent need of money. This fellow tried to go nook and corner to every financial institutions, bankers, to get the loan facility so that the loan amount he can deploy in the business and carry out his day in and day out operation. He tried, going to so many banks, but nobody helped him. Every person who went to the bank, every bank he went, the banker said that if you want a loan, you have to give me a collateral security. You have to give me some sort of a physical security, or else will not give loan. This guy was frustrated and hence he was crying. Now, guys, this fellow also by profession is a chartered accountant. So his chartered account bulb flashed. He suddenly, was reminded of the bill of exchange concept that he learned in the CA Foundation back then. He learned that in a bill of exchange transaction, bill of exchange is that document. If I produce to the banker without asking any security as collateral, without asking any further question, he will give that amount to us after taking slightly discounting charges. So suddenly that bulb flashed in his mind. So he approached his friend, or he approached his relative telling that, Mr. B, I'm in urgent need of money. Okay, I tried going to multiple banks, but no banker is giving me the money. So I have a concept, I have an idea. If both of us execute that idea, it will be beneficial for me. In some cases, it will be beneficial for both of us. So B is very keen to know what is the idea. So A is saying that I will draw a bill of exchange. In your name. You have to accept the bill of exchange and give it back to me. You have to accept the bill of exchange and give it back to me. Now, the moment B is, being told that he has to accept, now he suddenly, got into worry. If I accept the bill of exchange, which means I have to make the payment. To the banker in future. If A is enjoying the money, why will I pay the money? Like that, B started worrying. So A said that, Mr. B, don't worry. As of now, you please accept the bill of exchange and give. What I will do is that I will go to the banker. I'll get this bill discounted and I'll receive my money. On the maturity date, I know that you have to make the payment to the banker, but before you make the payment to the banker, on the due date or one day before the due date, I will pay you that money back to you. You're getting this point? So let's understand this with an example. Now let's suppose A was in need of 20,000 rupees. He drew a bill of 21,000 rupees on B. Why? Because A very well knew that if A is drawing a bill of 20,000 rupees, when he goes and discounts with the bank, from 20,000, some charges will be subtracted, only then he'll get the balance money. But A was in need of full 20,000 rupees. So he identified what the charge is. That charge he added along with this bill value. To the value what he required the money for. So 20,000 was his requirement. Bank charges was 1,000 rupees. So he put a bill of 21,000 rupees and gave it to B. B accepted the bill for 21,000 rupees and gave the bill back to whom? A. A, what he did is he handed over the 21,000 worth of bill of exchange to the banker. In return, banker gave how much? In return, banker gave 20,000 rupees. And the credit period was 3 months. A wanted this 20,000 rupees only for a 3-month period. That's why he went to different banks to get this money. So that using this money, he can buy some goods and do some, sale business so that he can make some profit out of it. But unfortunately, no banker helped. So he was left with no other option but to take the help of bills of exchange. Now what happens is, guys, on the maturity date or on the due date or one day before the due date, what A will do is that A will give this 21,000 rupees to whom? B. A will give this 21,000 rupees to B, and B in return will pay this 21,000 to whom? Banker. So in this entire transaction, guys, did anybody receive any goods or services? Not at all. Here, the only intention to execute a bill of exchange was to help one person or to help each other. Helping of each other or helping of one person by another person is called as accommodation. Accommodation means to help. Accommodation of bill means we are using bill as a tool to help one person or to help each other. That is called as accommodation of bill. Now here, guys, there are three different scenarios. Case one is basically accommodation of the drawer. Accommodation means what? Accommodation means, I told you, helping. Helping whom? Drawer. Who is the drawer in case of bills of exchange? He is the drawer. So here in this transaction, the example what I gave you, can I say this is the case one, where the drawer do the bills of exchange on the drawee, that is B, and who was being helped here? Who was helped here? A was being helped. Case two is where accommodation of the drawer and the drawee. Accommodation means what? Helping. Helping of both drawer and the drawee. Now, second scenario is what, you know? Once again, I'll just complete this concept. Second scenario is basically A is in need of 10,000 rupees and B is also in need of 10,000 rupees. Both of them approached to the banker but could not get any money. So A and B were discussing, one evening when they're meeting for a cup of tea, both were discussing and sharing the difficulties that, see, from morning till evening, we are roaming so many banks, but nobody is helping us. Then A was a chart accountant. He said that I have an idea. If you support me, we can get that 20,000 rupees. So B said, what is the idea? A said that, look, my friend, both of us, we need 20,000 rupees. So I will draw a bill of exchange. I will draw a bill of exchange worth 21,000 on you. You accept that bill of exchange. You accept that bill of exchange and give it back to me. This bill of exchange, I will go to the bank. I will go to the bank and get it discounted. So third transaction is discounting of a bill of exchange worth 21,000 is exchanged. And how much is the money that A is receiving? 20,000 A is receiving. Now in this 20,000 rupees, what A will do is, A needs only 10,000. So A will keep 10,000 with himself and balance 10,000 he will give it to B. So now 10,000 A is enjoying, 10,000 B is enjoying. So can I say this is a situation where the helping is done for both drawer and the drawing? That is, one person has drawn the bill, but here both are being helped. Buyer is also helped, seller is also helped. I mean, buyer seller will be wrong because here there is no goods and services exchange. So here I would rather use the word drawer and drawee only. So in our example, A is the drawer, B is the drawee. So here one person is drawing the bill, but both are being helped. In first case, one person drew the bill. One person only drew the bill, but only one was helped. Drawer only was helped. In second case also, only one bill is executed. Only one person is executing the bill, but two people are being helped. Now on the maturity date, who will make the payment to whom, how the transaction will take care, that we will understand through a practical question. I'm just trying to make you understand that case 1, case 2, case 3 means what. In case 1, drawer is drawing the bill and drawer is only getting the help. In case 2, drawer is drawing the bill, but both drawer and drawee both are getting help. Now case 3 is a situation, guys, where accommodation of bill drawn on each other. Bill drawn on each other, which means, guys, third case is a scenario. Third case is a scenario where A will draw a bill. A will draw a bill of exchange on B. B has to accept that bill and give it back. Okay. A will discount this with bank and get the money. Okay. Further, B will draw a bill on A. A will now accept and give. Accept the bill of exchange and give. Now what B will do? B will go to his banker and get the money, bill discounted. On the maturity date, here B will pay to the bank, here A will pay to the bank. A is drawing, A is drawing bill on B. B is drawing same bill on A. Both are drawing bills on each other. So both are being held. So in case 1 and case 2, only one person was drawing the bill. In case 3, both of them are drawing the bill. So what happens? A is drawing the bill on B. B is accepting the bill and giving back. A is the holder of the bill now. He is getting this bill discounted with the bank. So on the maturity date, who has to pay money to whom? B has to make the money. B has to make the payment to the bank. But did B enjoy this money? Did B enjoy the goods or services? Nothing. So which means what? A has to make the money to the payment to the B. Then B will make the payment to the bank. Am I right? So A will make the payment to B. B will make the payment to bank. Now here B also wants help. So B is now drawing bills on A. Same procedure. A is accepting and giving back. B is going and getting this bill discounted with the bank. On the due date, B will make the payment to A. A will give it to the banker. So here, very simple. Case 1 is there, no? We are doing the duplicate of that. A is drawing bill on B. B is drawing bill on A. Both are helping each other by drawing 2 bills. In case 1, what happened? Or case 2, what happened? One person drew the bill. In case 2, if you see, one person drew the bill, helped both each other. In second case, what happened? 2 bills are drawn, helping each other. These are the 3 possibilities. Case 1, case 2, case 3 are 3 possibilities that we are discussing. Now, I don't expect you to understand this 100%. Today, what I'm going to give, this concept we are discussing today, this is basically an outer line what I'm giving about the accommodation of bill. In reality, you will start understanding the concept when we start doing the practical questions. Now, guys, let's come back and read the theory language. Just read this theory language. Now, things will be even more easy to understand. Accommodation of bill means what? Sir, it is a document in writing. Sir, accommodation of bill means what? There's a bill of exchange that is being executed to help each other. So this bill of exchange is a document in writing drawn by one person. So in case 1 and case 2, it is drawn by one person, accepted by another person. Drawn by one person, accepted by one person. If I have to take about case 3, drawn by one person A, accepted by B. Then drawn by B, accepted by A. So accommodation of bill is a bill of exchange, which is a document in writing. So bill of exchange is a document in writing, drawn by one person, accepted by another person. With the intention, what is the intention for accepting? Somebody is accepting to pay the money in future. When he has not enjoyed the goods, when he has not enjoyed the service, still is accepting to make the payment. Why? Because his intention is to help the opposite person, one of the opposite party, or the intention is to help both the parties. To help one person means case 1. To help both the parties means case 2 and case 3. In case 2 and case 3, guys, can I say even B is being helped? In case 1, A drew the bill on B. B accepted. Who discounted the money? A discounted the money. A was enjoying the money. Whereas in case 2 and case 3, B was also getting a portion of the money as enjoyment, as a help. So the bill is accepted by another person with the intention to help one party involved or both parties involved without a genuine business transaction. There is no genuine business transaction. Genuine business transaction means what? Goods and services needs to be exchanged for the consideration. Here, bill of exchange as a consideration is exchanged. But for that, did you receive any goods? Did you receive any services? Did you sell any goods? Did you give any services? Nothing. So the underlying main principle of goods and services is missing. But still a transaction is encountered, and such transaction is called as a accommodation of bill. Yes, Danesh. Now your doubt, please. Yes. Come again. A is discounting this 21,000 worth of bill, and A is getting 20,000 rupees money. Okay. From bank.
But already B is having 20,000 rupees.
Why B is having 20,000?
He is only accepting the bill 21,000.
I'll pay in future.
So,
correct, guys. Here A is getting this 20,000 bill when today. So here A will enjoy this money for 3 months. After 3 months only, A is giving this money 21,000 rupees to whom? B. And then B is making the payment to banker. So here A is getting this money for 3 months now. So 3 months is 20,000 get rotated in business. He will buy goods, sell goods, buy goods, sell goods. So in that 20,000 rupees, he will rotate the money n number of times and make profit. That is the whole intention. Guys, in business, without money, how can you earn profits? You need investment, you need capital. Now, why do people invest capital? Why do people go for loan? So that money can be deployed in the business and you can keep on rotating the products, buying, selling, buying, selling, buying, selling, buying and selling. Buying of the goods with money, selling of the goods and encashing is called one operating cycle. So if you do this cycle n number of times, how much times you're rotating the goods, that many number of times your profit will increase. So that is the main motto of A. So A was having a very good idea in a business, but he was running short of funds. So he utilized this opportunity and raised his money for a temporary purpose so that he can make some money out of it. Any problem? It's not basically a cheating.
So the bank is not willing to give money, but then you're just drawing a bill without any substance.
See, definitely, we will not call this as a cheating. This is a facility which is there in the system. People are using this facility. It's a loophole. Yeah, but in practical today's scenario, if you see that this kind of cases happen, means if you ask me, I have not seen any cases like that. This is a scenario which used to happen long ago, very long ago. But since this is a concept which is still existing, we are studying it. Now, if you go and ask any banker that, I'll give you a bill, you give me the money. Now the procedures are very, very complicated. There are a lot of parameters that they have to look into. What is the amount that you're asking? They'll look into. Then only they will go for, giving the money. So it is not that easy in today's scenario. Yes, Gunapati.
Yeah.
100%. No. A will give money to B, that has to be captured. No. So that's why, guys, if you see here for these three cases, the basic questions is not covered in your ICA study material. So I have given you 3 illustrations, guys, for each case, case 1, case 2, case 3, so that I can set a base for you. Why? Because if this base is not set, if you take up your institute material, the very first question of accommodation of bill, there is a twist, trick, whatever you want to use the negative words, you can use it. It's a next level question. And if any person does that question directly from the textbook, I'm pretty sure you will skip the bills of exchange at your level. So to set a base, to set a foundation, I'm not directly jumping into the illustration 9. We'll do this today for sure, but we'll do a 3 warm-up question, 3 warm-up matches. Then we'll come back and continue with the illustration 9. Yes, boss. Your questions will all get covered. All your questions will get covered here. Just bear with me. Illustration 1, guys. It is the first case. Accommodation of the drawer, which means what? In case 1, A is drawing bills on B, and here who is being helped? A is only being helped. Only one person is being helped. So let's do this question. Online people, are you all with me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Guys, B accepts a bill drawn by A. B is accepting a bill drawn by A. So who is the drawer? Who is the drawee?
Drawer A, drawee B.
Very good. For his accommodation on 1st Jan 2020 for 5,000 at 3 months. So this is for his accommodation. Accommodation means help. Who is being helped by whom? Who is helping?
B is helping A.
B accepts a bill drawn by A for his accommodation. His here means A. Bill value is 5,000 and the bill is accepted on 1st Jan and the credit period is for 3 months. The bill is discounted for 4,900 rupees, which means 5,000 is the bill value. In return, how much money is A getting? 4,900. Difference is how much? 100 rupees. What has happened to the 100 rupees?
Discounting
charges. The bill is discounted on 4th of Jan. On the due date, A sent the check to B to meet the liability. B duly honored his acceptance, passed necessary journal entries in books of both A and B. Now let's do this question. First diagram. Guys, initially I'm telling you, whether you know or don't know the concept, please make a habit of drawing this. Even if you feel that no, it's an easy thing, I can still manage without drawing, please draw it, because once you draw now, no, that in your mind, that transaction, what step after the other will very nicely go and get registered. Later stage or even during the exam, sometimes there is no need to draw this because the diagram automatically gets drawn in your mind. So you will save time in the exam. But for that, in exam, if you want to have the image in your mind, for that you have to develop the habit right from now. So whenever you practice for next at least 2 months, please have the habit of drawing it. Then at the later stage, even if you don't want to draw, it is fine. But if you draw, it is well and good. You'll have a clarity. But even if you don't want to draw, you'll have a good hold. Now, guys, this is A. This is B. Guys, A is not selling any goods, not giving any service, but he is sending a bill of exchange, to which B is accepting the bill of exchange and giving it back. Bills of exchange accepted. Then A is handing over this bill to the banker for the purpose of discounting. So third transaction is discounting of the bill. Bill worth 5,000 is going out. In return, we are getting 4,900. Getting 4,900. Now, after this, what is happening is, after this, normally B is supposed to make the payment to the banker. But for B to make the payment to the banker, first of all, B should have money now. Here, who is having money? A is enjoying the money. B is neither enjoyed any goods nor services, but still he is paying the money to the banker in future. So why will anybody do that? So before B makes the payment to the banker now, one more step has to additionally take place, is that fifth transaction is that A has to give money to the B first. A has to pay first 20,000 to B. Now B has money. Now B will make the payment to the banker on the due date. So total 6 transactions. Any problem? Online people, any problem? Hello?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No problem. Now let's do the first entry, guys. The first entry is, guys, now please tell me, bill of exchange entry you pass, no? That is bills receivable to debtor. That entry, when do you pass in case of bill of exchange? On the date of drawing bill or on the date of acceptance of bill?
On the date of acceptance.
On the date of acceptance. Very good. Now, guys, B accepts a bill drawn by A for his accommodation on 1st Jan. So can I say 1st Jan is an acceptance date? So on 1st Jan 2020, please write the format date, particulars, LF, debit rupees, credit rupees. On 1st of Jan 2020, people. 1st Jan 2020. Now, guys, A is drawn a bill to B. B is accepting and giving. Now we are recording this journal entry in books of A. Guys, we are recording the entry in books of A. So A is the receiver of bill, guys. So can I say for B, asset is coming in? For B, there is a bills receivable coming in. Yes or no? Guys, we are recording the entry in books of B. When A is sending the bill to B, B is accepting and giving bill back to A. So when bill is accepted, guys, can I say this bill is an asset for A? So for A, bills receivable is coming in. Debit what comes in? Bills receivable account debit. Which means in future, bills receivable means this money A will get from the banker. Now what will be the liability piece? What will be the credit? This money, guys, 21,000 rupees, what you're drawing bill, no? What is the bill value? 5,000, sorry. Not 21,000, it's 5,000. My dear friends, this 5,000 of bill, what you're going to get discounted at the bank, is it your income? Is it your money? Or is it somebody else's money that you're enjoying? This 5,000 is a help given by B. So it is because of B that you are getting this help. Don't you think that you have to repay this money back to B in future, because B in turn has to pay to the banker? So entry is bills receivable to B. Bills receivable debit means that we are getting an asset. We are receiving an asset. And this money is not our money. In future, after 3 months on the due date, we owe this money back to B. So we have to create a liability to B. Now, sometimes people say that, sir, this entry we sometimes forget. Bills receivable to B, we forget, we don't remember it. Now tell me one thing, guys. If goods are sold by A, if A is selling the goods, what is the sale entry? Debtor to sales, that is B account debit to sales. 5,000, 5,000. Now when a bill of exchange is accepted, what do? You reverse this B. You cancel B by giving credit to B. And in return, you receive bills of receivable, that is bills receivable 5,000 to B 5,000. Am I right? Can I say this entry and this entry both are same? Journal entry is same. The underlying reason could be different, but entry is same. But if I go in this scenario, bills receivable is debited because asset is coming in. Bills receivable is debited because asset is coming in. Debit is right for both and reasons are correct also, same. But here when I'm crediting B, it is basically I'm closing the account that I earlier opened. Here when I'm crediting B, I'm not closing B's account. I'm creating a new account to make the payment to B in future. The perspective is different here. When a sale transaction happening, guys, when I credit B, the intention of crediting B is to close this account which is already opened. Now here when I'm giving a credit to B, the intention is not to close because I never opened B's account earlier, boss. This is the first time I'm recording this transaction. So B here, the intention is to create a liability. B here when I credit means it is a reminder that I'm giving to myself that Pratik, on a future date, you have to make this payment to B. Because if you don't make this payment to B, how will B make the payment to the banker? So we are creating a liability. So here guys, the purpose of creating B here is creating a liability. You're creating a liability. The purpose of creating B here is to close the debtor account. The perspective is different, but the entry is same. So if you feel that, so I'm getting confused of this entry, always remember the second entry, what you normally pass for the bills of exchange, no, same entry, no change. But the reason explanation is different. The reason and explanation for this is I'm creating a liability, and the reason and explanation here is I'm closing the debtor's account, which is already opened in the previous transaction. Now tell me people if you have any doubts here. Hello?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No doubts. Excellent. Now guys, let's go one by one. Guys, for sending the bill, we don't pass any entry. But for accepting the bill, we have passed this entry. For accepting the bill, we have passed the entry. Now, what is the third transaction? Sir, A is getting the bill discounted with the bank. Now, discounting entry, all of you know. Sir, this is happening on 4th of Jan 2020. Guys, date is very important. Date wrong means mark will get cut. So, 4th of, my dear friends, 4th of Jan 2020, guys, from your hand, you are handing over the bill to whom? Banker. Debit what comes in, credit what goes out. Bills receivable is going out, so credit bills receivable. So do bills receivable 5,000 rupees credit. Now when you're giving the bill to the banker, you will not give chumma, na? You will want to get something in return. So what is that you're getting something in return? Sir, duddu, money. So bank account debit. Bank account debit 5,000.
4,900.
4,900. Because 100 rupees is bank's discounting charges. That fellow's income. And for us, that is our expenditure. Debit all expenditure and losses. So discounting charges or discounting expenses account debit. Don't write DC or DE in exam. And tell that, sir, you only did DC in the class. So we also did DC. You do DC here, that will do. There is a nice word in Hindi, but I cannot use that. Anyways, it's coming in sync and rhyming, but that'll be very bad if I use it. Anyways, coming back. So bank account debit 4,900, discounting charges account debit 100, two bills receivable 5,000. Now guys, concentrate and tell me here bills receivable account opened here, and can I say it is closed here? Hello. Bills receivable account is opened and closed. Online people, yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now people, coming to the order. Guys, third transaction, fourth transaction, both we recorded. We gave the bill, received the money. Now fifth transaction is what? On the due date or one day before the due date, A has to make the payment to whom? B. So now here the question says that A sent a check to B to meet the bill. A is sending the check. So now people, A will send the check on which date? On the due date. So what is the due date? Sir, 1st Jan 2020 is the bill acceptance date. Now here guys, they have not given what is the bill drawn date. Sorry, what is the bill drawn date not given. So in the absence of bill drawn date, I will only take bills of acceptance date as a base date. Correct, no? Or you can assume that on same day bill was drawn, same day bill was accepted. I have no other date, guys. Except this date, I have no other date. So this plus 3 months, plus 3 grace days. Please tell me what is that date?
April 4.
4th April 2020, my dear friends. So coming back. On 4th of April 2020, guys, we are sending the check to B, which means bank will be debited or bank will be credited. We are issuing a bill. We are giving a bill.
Credit.
Sorry, we are giving a check. Issuing a check. So money will go out from my bank account. So to bank account. What value? 4,900 or 5,000?
5,000.
Correct. Now what will I debit? Sir, I'm giving this check to B. Sir, I have a liability here. When I give the check, the liability is settled. So B account debit. B account debit 5,000 to bank 5,000. The moment I pass this entry, people, now B account also will get knocked off. B account is created here. The liability is created here. When I make the payment to B, the liability of the B is closed. B's account is also closed here. Any problem? Now, guys, 5th transaction is happening between A and B. So we record it. Now, 6th transaction, that is the payment transaction, is happening between whom and whom? This is happening between B and banker. Will I record in A's book? No. So can I say I will stop with this entry? So these are the 3 entries that I'll record. Tell me yes or no.
Oh, yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Bills acceptance entry, bill discounting entry. On the due date, we are making the payment. Hello. That's all. You find this okay? This is level 1 question. Then slightly we'll go to level 2. Then level 3. Then we'll face the bomb question from the ICA study model. Now, guys, pass necessary entries in books of B. Can we do it in the books of B? Books of B, people. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Now, guys, first transaction. Let me erase it. Let me erase few of them here. Guys, first transaction, A is executing a bill. Sorry, A is drawing a bill on B. For this, no entry. B is accepting the bill and giving to A. So when B is accepting the bill, will we draw any journal entry? Or will we record any journal entry? Yes or no? Yes. So on the date of acceptance of bill 1/1/2020, guys, look at the transaction. B is accepting the bill and giving. B's acceptance of bill means B is undertaking to make this payment on future date. So can I say it will be 2 bills payable, 5,000 rupees in credit? Yes or no? This money, 5,000 rupees, bills payable credit means what? B has to make the payment to whom? Not A, banker. Hey, hello. On the maturity date, B is making payment to whom? Banker, na? B is giving acceptance to A that you go and discount this money with the banker. I mean, you talk in the discounting scenario. See, if you're talking about the bill held till maturity, then A is the holder of the bill, then B has to make payment to A. But here, this is not case 1, no, boss. This is case 2, discounting of bill. So in case of discounting of bill, who is the holder of the bill? Banker. Then B has to undertake to make the payment to whom in future? Banker. Now you're getting my point. You said that B has to make the payment to A. This is true only in case of case 1, when the bill is held till maturity. When the bill is held till maturity, who is the holder of bill? A is holder of the bill, which means B has to make the payment to A. But here, this question was banker has discount. Sorry, we have discounted the bill with banker, no. So who is the ultimate holder of the bill? Banker is the ultimate holder of the bill. So on the due date, B will make the payment to whom? Banker. He is the holder of the bill. Correct, no? So there is a liability here which B is undertaking to pay. Touch your heart and tell me, for this 5,000 rupees which B will pay the payment in future to the banker, did he enjoy any goods, any services? Did he first of all receive any money that he enjoyed? Nothing. So without receiving any benefit, he has agreed to pay the money in future. Why? Because this money he has to get in future from whom? This 5,000 money B has to get in future from whom first? A. So anything that we have to receive in future means we have to create an asset. Anything that we receive in future is asset. So now we are creating a asset. So A account debit 5,000 rupees. Guys, A account debit. If you open the ledger and balance it, you will have a debit balance. If you prepare a balance sheet, this A will go and sit on the asset side of balance sheet. Which balance sheet? B's balance sheet. Now you may be wondering, sir, what is this entry, sir? Confusing, sir. Very simple. Tell me, people, if B is doing a credit purchase, what is the journal entry? Sir, purchase account debit to A. When a bill of exchange is accepted, A, which is a creditor, I need to cancel. So A account debit to bills payable. Now, guys, this entry and this entry are same or not? A to BP, A to BP. Here, bills payable is a liability that B has to make the payment to the banker on a future date. Here also, bills payable is a liability which B has to make the payment to banker on future date. But the difference here is that when I debit A here, the intention is to cancel the account that is opened earlier. Earlier entry, A was opened, A's ledger was opened. Now I am closing A's ledger by debiting it. Here the creditor was opened. Here I am closing the creditor. Here the unsecured creditor is opened. Here I am closing the unsecured creditor and creating a secured creditor. But here when I am debiting A, I am not trying to close any account because A's account was never opened. So what is the intention of debiting A? I am trying to create an asset. This is creating an asset. Why is B creating an asset? Because the money what B has to pay in future, he has to receive this 5,000 in future from whom? A. Anything that I receive in future is asset. So for that we have to debit it. Online people, okay or not okay? Hello?
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.
Modern rule. Now people. So if you get confused that when the bill of accommodation question we are doing, the first entry, what should I do? If you forget it, you just imagine the normal scenario, second entry, same entry you have to pass. But the pulse is different. The explanation, the perspective is different. Now, let's go in the same order, people. Now we recorded, guys, bill acceptance entry. Now, A is discounting the bill with banker. Will B record this in his books of accounts?
No, sir.
Not at all. So this two entries B will not record. Then what happens? Next transaction is fifth transaction. On the maturity date, A is making the payment to B in form of check, which means B is receiving check. B is receiving check. Now, on the due date, what is the due date? Sir, 4th of April 2020. We are receiving the check. Since the question is silent, whether the check is deposited or not deposited, we assume the check is deposited. Why we are assuming it is deposited? Had the check not been deposited, the question would have told the check is not deposited. Or they would have told that check is deposited on a future date. Like that, have they mentioned anywhere? Nowhere.
No,
nothing is mentioned, which means what? On what date we received the check? On the same date, check is deposited. And what did we understand in the earlier classes? Check is deposited in the same day. The check is deposited on the same day. What will we debit?
bank.
Very good. So bank account debit. How much?
5,000.
To what?
A.
Credit the giver. A. Which means the moment the check is received, guys, A account is opened here. Asset is opened here. Asset is closed here. Asset is closed here. Any problem?
No, sir.
No,
Now there is
sir.
a bills payable entry pending here. Now on the maturity date, what will B do? B will have to make this payment to whom? Banker. Boss, why did A make the payment to B? So that B can make the payment to the banker in future. So what is the payment entry?
Bills payable account
Bills
debit.
payable as liability what you created here, opened here, we have to close it here. So bills payable account debit 5,000
To bank.
to bank 5,000. So ultimately, guys, my A account is also closed. Bills payable account is also closed. Now tell me if you have any problem.
No, sir.
Easy question. Very, very easy question. Pure warm-up question.
Sir, I have a doubt.
Yes, boss.
Sir, the last two entries, can't we make like the bills payable
Little
account
bit doubtly, Kanya. Your
debit to
voice is very, very less.
bank? Sir, bills payable account debit to bank. Can we write it like that?
Bills payable account debit to?
Bank
Ah.
in these book. Like instead of the last two entries, can we just write that? It
You're
would be
saying
same
that
only.
BP to A. Can you combine and write it?
Yeah.
The answer is no, because guys, the question what Subiksha is asking is, sir, can we combine these both entry? I will not recommend. Why? Because this is an independent transaction. This is an independent transaction. This is a transaction happening between B versus A. This is a transaction that is happening between B versus bank. A is a different party, bank is a different party. So my dear friend, we cannot do it. And moreover, if you combine both the entries and write it, it becomes very difficult for some people to understand what they have done. So it is always advisable to record separately. Am I clear? Subiksha?
Yes, sir.
Perfect. Can we go to the next question? We'll go to level 2 question. So before that, can we compare our answers with the textbook answers just to see if we missed out anything or if we've written anything wrong? So A to bills payable, that's what we wrote. Then bank to A, bills payable to bank. Same entry, no change. Okay. Now guys, illustration 2. Accommodation of the drawer and the drawee, which means what? Here, one person will draw the bill on another person. But here help is given to whom? Both drawer and drawee. Online people, can we do it? Hello? Akhil,
Yes.
Alvin,
Yes, sir.
Liza, Jivika,
Yes, sir.
Sriti, Subiksha, Mokshita. Yes. Offline people? Anybody's feeling sleepy? Anybody's feeling sleepy? 2 options I'll give you. 1, whenever you feel sleepy in my class or any class, green chili, keep it with you. Whenever you feel sleepy, take that chili and bite it. I dare you sleep for next half an hour. I dare you sleep for next half an hour. First best option to be awake. Second best option, whenever you feel sleepy, the person who is sitting next to you, you tell him, whenever I feel like sleep, whenever I feel sleepy, I'll touch you like this. You have to nicely pinch me, very nicely, until it becomes swollen. I dare you sleep half an hour after that. These are the 2 best remedies to stay awake throughout the class. Trust me, I'm telling you, I've tried this process. It really works. Online people,
Yes, sir.
you are at home only. You will have green chilies available already with you. For you, first best option is that. Second best option is you call your mom and dad or sister or brother who is nearby. Nicely pinch. I dare you
No,
sleep.
sir. Slap yourself. It's a slap
Slapping and
us.
all. See, slapping and all. If I slap, then it makes sense. Because I slap nicely. Then half an hour, this will be swollen. Then you will not sleep. If you ask your mom, dad to slap, they'll slap. This is all slap for you. Now, illustration 2. Can we continue? X draws a bill on Y for 1,000 rupees at 3 months on 1st Jan 2021. Who's the drawer? Who's the drawee? X is drawer, Y is drawee. Who's the maker? Who's the acceptor? X is the maker, Y is the acceptor. Who's the issuer? Who's the issuee? Very good. What is the credit period? When is the bill accepted?
First
Bill
Jan.
drawn. Very good. What is the bill value?
1,000 rupees.
Very good. This bill is discounted on 4th Jan 2021 by X at 12% per annum with his banks. So 12% is interest rate for how many months? Akka? 12% is the interest rate for how many months? 12 months. 12% per annum. Per annum means 12 months. So here we have to calculate the interest proportionately for 3 months. Now the question says that half of the proceeds means what? Whatever money you got from the banker, no? Whatever money you receive from banker, that is called as proceeds. So half of that money was handed over to Y. Full stop. Now problem is, people don't give respect to this full stop. They don't read this full stop in exam. In Haribari, what they will do now? Half of the proceed was handed over to Y on the due date. Then, comma, X remitted 500 by check to Y. Now the problem is, full stop is there before on the due date. Which means, how should you read this? Half of the proceeds were handed over to Y. Stop. Then full stop. Then, on the due date, X remitted 500 to Y. Now see the meaning. First meaning you said, half of the proceed was handed over to Y on the due date. Now I'm telling you, it is not like that. Half of the proceeds were handed over to Y. Full stop. On the due date, X remitted 500 to Y. Meaning is changing or not changing. Here, if you don't give respect to this comma and full stop, entire meaning will change. The entire course of answering will change. So half of the amount is handed over to Y, full stop. On the due date, X gave 500 rupees by check to Y, who honors the bill on the same date. Pass necessary journal entries in books of both X and Y. So let's do the diagram to understand. Guys, this is X. Let's keep it a little bit down. Yeah, this is X. Guys, this is Y. X is drawing a bill. Bill of exchange is drawn on Y. Y is accepting the bill of exchange. Acceptance of bill of exchange. Acceptance of bill of exchange. Then what is happening? Third transaction. X is discounting the bill with the banker. So guys, third transaction is bill of exchange discounted for 1000 rupees. In return, the banker is paying how much? Some amount after discounting charges are deducted. So we have to calculate that. In the last question, they gave the calculation. Here we have to calculate it. Okay, sir. Then what is happening? Once the amount is received, whatever the amount, okay, let's calculate the amount now. Let's calculate the amount. Guys, the bill amount that you're enjoying is 1000 rupees. 1000 rupees is the bill value. At the rate of 12%.
12 by 100.
Into 12 by 100.
Into 3 by 12.
Tell me what is the discounting charges?
30.
30 rupees. Which means how much money you will get it back?
970.
Amount received is 970. Okay. So can I say X is having currently 970 in his hand? Now, half of the proceeds were handed over to Y. Half of this money, 970, is given to Y. Now, fifth transaction. Half of 970 is how much?
485.
485 is given to Y. 485 is given to Y. Which means, can I say now, when fifth transaction is encountered, 485 is given by X to Y. So how much is X enjoying balance money? 485. So can I say X is enjoying 485 and Y is enjoying 485? Am I right? Hello? Online people, yes or no? Now guys, the bill amount is 1000 rupees. The money that you received is 970. 30 rupees is what? Discounting charges. Now discounting charges of 30 rupees. Who will bear? First option, sir, full 30 rupees X will bear. Or second option, sir, X will bear some amount, Y will bear some amount in the ratio of the amount that has been split. Which means the ratio is split in the in 1:1 ratio, 485, 485. Like that, this 30 also will split in the ratio 1:1. Or Y will bear the entire 30 rupees. Three options I gave you. First option, X will bear full 30. Second option, X and Y will split this amount. Third option, Y will bear the full amount. Okay. Gurupathi says Y will bear the full amount. X will bear the full amount. Both of them will bear the amount proportionately. 1:1 ratio, 50-50. Because amount is split 50-50. Expense also 50-50. Like that, three different answers I'm getting. Now what should I do? Should I do inky, pinky, ponky and decide among yourself? Now, who will bear the discounting charges? Who will bear the discounting charges? Online people, no response. Nicely sleeping.
So both X and Y will.
Both have to bear, no? So, this 485 rupees, what X is enjoying, 15 rupees he has to bear. So, total how much money is enjoying? Total 500 rupees he is enjoying. Correct, no? 500 rupees what he is enjoying. In that 480 is in the net amount what he is enjoying, 15 rupees is expense. But 500 is the total money that is enjoying. Same way, guys, when Y is enjoying 485, his proportionate expenditure 15 rupees, if I add put together, how much is the total money that Y is enjoying? 500. To enjoy this 485, from 500, 15 rupees is spent. But 500 is his money, na? From that money only he spent 15 rupees. So can I say Y is enjoying 500 and X is enjoying 500? When the money is discounted, X is enjoying 500 rupees, Y is enjoying 500 rupees. Now touch your heart and tell me, on the due date, who will make the payment to whom? On the due date, Y has to make payment to banker. Y has to pay how much? Sir, total full 1000 rupees Y has to pay. Correct? No. Because banker has already given 970 rupees from his pocket. he is wanting 1000 rupees. Then only 30 rupees profit he'll earn. So on the due date, B wants 1000 rupees at any cost. Out of this 1000 rupees, B is already having the 500 because he's enjoying that money. So B will pay 500 rupees from his pocket. And balance 500 rupees he has to receive from X. So sixth transaction goes this way. On the due date, X will make the payment of 500 rupees to Y. So when the bill is discounted, Y is already enjoying 500. On the due date, Y is receiving further 500. So now Y is having total how much money? Guys, when the bill was discounted, Y got 500 rupees totally. 500 rupees totally Y is enjoying. Of course, in the 15 rupees expenditure gone, but 500 is the money belonging to him. So 500 rupees already he received in the event of discounting of bill. Further 500 he received in the event of due date or maturity date. So Y is totally how much money is having now? 1000 rupees. So seventh transaction is that Y will hand over this 1000 rupees to the banker and the game is over. With this diagram, you will understand only 30% or 40% or even maximum 50%. Now, when I start doing the practical question, you will understand it even more better. So let's do this question, people. First, we are doing in the books of X. In the books of X, proper format, people, proper format. Date, particulars. This question is there in scanner. It's there in scanner. Oh, okay. Date, particulars, debit rupees, credit rupees. Where is it there? At the end, is it? It's there in continuation. Example, as example, it is there. Oh, wonderful. Which means I've done all the work properly before itself. Anyways. Now, guys, the first transaction is people. First transaction is bill is drawn by X on Y. Whenever a bill is drawn, do we record any entry? Do we record the journal entry for bill drawn, or do we record the entry for bill accepted? Bill accepted. So first entry, first question, no entry. First transaction, no entry. Second transaction is bill is accepted by Y. We are recording in X book. So X is receiver of bill or payer of bill? Receiver of bill. So what will be the entry? On 1/1/2021, sir. 1/1/2021. We are receiving the bill, sir. Bills receivable account debit. How much? 1000 rupees. To what? To Y. This money, whatever we are receiving, is it our permanent income? No, it is a temporary money what we are receiving, and we have to prepay this money back to Y in future. So we are creating a liability to Y. 1000 rupees. Any problem, online people? Hello?
No, sir.
Only
No,
1% said no, sir. Others
No,
are having
sir.
problem.
No,
I'm telling
sir.
you. Pakka, no problem.
No problem.
Okay. Now, guys, third transaction. Third transaction. Bill has been discounted with the bank, and banker is receiving 970 rupees. So now, people, when is the bill discounted? 4th of Jan, bill is discounted. So 4/1/2020. From our hand, bill is going out. 2 bills receivable, 1000 rupees worth bill is going out. Any problem? No. In return, how much money are we receiving first? Bank is received from bank. In the bank, they're receiving 970. What happened to balance 30?
Discounting.
Discounting charges account debit. Bank account debit. Now what happens? Now, after the fourth transaction, the fifth transaction is that half of the money, that is 485 rupees, we are handing over back to the party. So now, guys, on the same day, 4th of January 2020, 4th of Jan 2020, guys, we are handing over the money to Y. So debit what comes in, credit what goes out. From my bank, money is going out. Credit what goes out to bank. How much money is going out? 485 rupees is going out. Guys, this money is going to whom? It is going to Y. Don't you think that I have to pay 1000 rupees to Y? In that 485 rupees is paid already now. To that extent, should I close my liability or not? Should I close my liability or not? So Y account debit 485. Y account debit 485. But tell me, are we settling the Y's account only to the extent of 485? There is a discounting charges. Now, mind you people, here when you debited discounting charges, full 30 rupees you have debited. It's full 30 rupees your charge. It would have been your charge. It would have been your charge had you enjoyed the full 1000 rupees. But are you enjoying full 1000 rupees? No. Which means you are giving half of the money to Y. When half of the money is given to Y, half of the charges also should be transferred. So now guys, we have to reverse half of the charges. Discounting charges currently is in debit. Now to reverse it, I need to put in credit. So two discounting charges, 15 rupees. So guys, understand this. In debit, there is 30 rupees. In credit, there is discounting charges minus 15 rupees. So what will be the net impact? Debit is positive 30 rupees, discounting charges. In credit, you did discounting charges credit here, which means debit is plus means credit is minus. Minus how much? 15. So balance is what? Positive 15 debit, which means what? When you balance this ledger, guys, when you do debit 30 and credit 15, automatically in the discounting charges ledger, the balance 15 rupees is the balance carried down, which means what? This is the charges of X. This is the total charge that X initially recorded. This is the total charges that X initially recorded. Then we shifted 15 rupees burden on Y. So balance burden what he's bearing is 15 rupees. Are you able to follow? So here I'm applying what rule? Modern rule. Discounting charges is expense. Expense is nominal account. Debit all expenses losses, credit all income and gain. So here discounting charges I credited. Is it my income and gain? Is it my income and gain? No. So golden rule is not applicable. Here modern rule is applicable to increase my expense, debit. To reverse or decrease my expense, credit. So we are applying modern rule. Without modern rule, accounts you cannot survive. Now people tell me, as per your double entry system of accounting, the total of debit and the total of credit should match. Is it matching?
No, sir.
Y's account here is not 485, it is 500. Very simple, people. Now let's suppose Y is not giving 485. Y is giving half the amount, which is full 500 rupees. If 500 rupees Y is receiving, X will ask from Y, give me 15 rupees. So anyways, how much Y is enjoying? 485 now. So you give full 500 rupees to Y and ask 15 rupees from Y. This is one option. Unless you deduct and give the balance money. Both are same, no? So ultimately 500 rupees is the enjoyment of Y. To enjoy this 500, he is spending 15 rupees. That is why the net cash what he's enjoying is 485. But ultimately 500 is the responsibility of Y, no? So Y's account is now close to the extent of 500 rupees. So now please understand, Y credit 1000 means we are promising that Y I'll pay you 1000 rupees. In that today itself, while discounting, you paid how much? How much? 500 is already paid. Now in future, how much we have to pay to Y? Balance 500 if I pay, it's more than sufficient. Guys, come on. I'm opening Y's ledger. In the books of X, this is Y's ledger. This is Y's ledger. Now guys, the entry is what? In Y's ledger, buy bills receivable. Buy bills receivable, 1000 rupees. Okay. Then 2 bank and 2 discounting charges, 485 and 50. So 2 bank 485, 2 discounting charges 15 rupees. Now what is the balance carried down? 500 rupees is the balance carried down. Brought down is how much? 500, which means what? Sir, you're supposed to initially pay 1000 rupees. In that 500 rupees you settled in these 2 forms. Balance pending is 500. So Y's liability is how much now? 500. Now tell me if you have any problem here. Online people, please tell me if you have any problem here.
No, sir.
Guys, at this stage of time, you should know that each ledger, what is the balance? Now please understand, bills receivable is opened here. Bills receivable is closed here. Y account 1000 opened here. Y account closed to the extent of 500. So what is the balance in Y's account? 500. Discounting charges you opened for 30 rupees, closed for 15 rupees. So what is the balance discounting charges? 15 rupees. If you're clear with this perspective, then I'll go forward. Guys, if you're clear with this perspective, I'll go forward. Very, very important. Very, very important. Online
Sir,
people, no response.
sir, I have a doubt.
Yes, boss.
Sir, I thought the discounting charges in the credit will be income, but you said it's decrease in expenses.
Correct.
Can you
No.
explain?
How a charge can be income for you? Charge is income for banker, boss. How it can be? We are recording this journal entry in books of X no kana. For X, why will it be an income? You tell me. Charge is that is, this is the money that banker has charged from you, boss. So you recorded initially full 30 rupees Subiksha, but this 30 rupees, are you enjoying full 1000 rupees?
No, sir.
When you are giving half the money to that fellow, then half the charges also you have to recover from that fellow, no boss? So here you recorded full 30 rupees expenses, then you are reversing the expense to the extra 15 rupees. Any problem?
Okay, so at last I'll buy 15. That's it.
Correct, no.
Okay, okay, sir.
Not convinced?
Yeah, yeah.
Or else do one
Convinced.
thing. I will accept and give you bill exchange for 1000 rupees. You go and get discount. You give me half the money and you bear the full 30 rupees charge. Will you accept?
Sir, I'll get the money and escape. Bye.
You will tell no, sir. Half money you are enjoying, half money I am enjoying. So charges also 50-50, no?
Yeah,
Ama
sir,
idea.
yeah.
Common sense. You forget accounts, everything. Logically, as a layman, will you ask the 15 rupees or not?
Yes, sir.
That's all. Now people, we have completed the fifth transaction. Till fifth transaction over. Now what is the sixth transaction? On the due date, Y has to make the payment to banker. But on the due date, how much money Y is having in his hand? Y is having his 500 rupees only, which means balance 500 rupees he has to receive from whom? X. Here very clearly the question says that on the due date, X remitted 500 by check. So X is a good boy like me. So he's giving this money to whom? Y. So that Y can make the payment to the banker in future, so that Y is not under stress. So now guys, on the due date, what is the due date? 4th of April. On the due date, sir, 4th of April. 4/4/20. X is giving payment to Y. We are the person who's making the payment. So when I'm issuing the check from my bank account, money will go out. So to bank, 500 rupees. I'm making this payment to whom? Y. So Y, I'm settling the account. So Y account debit, how much? 500. Now here people, listen to me very, very carefully. Here you said that, sir, to Y we have to pay 1000 rupees. Out of that 1000 rupees, when the bill was discounted, 500 rupees you settled the account, debiting. So here, when you created the liability, it was credit. When you close the liability, it was debit here 500. Now on the due date, debit here 500. So can I say Y account debit 500, Y account debit 500. So total debit is 1000 is knocked off against Y credit 1000. So with this, Y's ledger balance has become 0 is what I'm saying. What are you saying? Online people, what are you saying?
Same, sir.
You're not listening only, sir. What will we say? Correct, online people?
No,
No,
sir.
sir.
Listening?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
On the due date, X remitted 500 by check to Y. Then what happens? To Y, who honors the bill on the same date. Honoring of the bill means what? On the maturity date, Y is making the payment to banker. So Y is making the payment to banker. Will X record it? Will X record that? No, X has got nothing to do with that. So entry is over here. So how many entries, people? How many entries? 4 entry. You have to ensure that all the accounts are closed. All the accounts means what? Bills receivable, bills payable, X account, Y account, everything has to be closed. Is it closed or not closed? Guys, closed or not closed?
Closed.
Very
Closed.
good. So let's check with the textbook if the answer is matching or not matching. Please compare this and tell me answer matching or not matching.
Matching, sir.
Hey, Bhagav, ella appadi sollte pathiya.
Pathane, sir.
நான் இப்போதான் ஆன்சர் காமிக்கிறேன் அதுக்குள்ள டக்கு
நான்
டக்குன்னு
எழுதியே முடிச்சிட்டேன் சார் ஃபர்ஸ்ட்.
you wrote what I wrote on the whiteboard. I am telling what we wrote on the whiteboard, compare with the textbook answer.
நான் பார்த்துட்டேன் ஆல்ரெடி.
Appo you didn't concentrate on what I said. You saw the textbook and only wrote it. That's
No
why
sir, while you're showing the questions I saw. கடைசி transaction மட்டும் பார்க்கல. I saw everything.
சம்பாலியா டேய்.
Sir, seriously. I'm not joking.
சரி நம்பிட்டேன் போ. Now, for those people, those who don't understand Tamil, I did not explain anything in Tamil. I just had a lighter moments in Tamil. That's it.
Being in the safer side.
To be safer side, I have to tell no because somebody will be watching this record in future, this batch or next batch. Now in books of why people, in books of why, very easy now. After this break, pakka, promise. God promise. Now, in the books of why, date, particulars, debit rupees, credit rupees. Now people, if you look at the first transaction, okay, let me erase all this ching chang. Now guys, bill of exchange is drawn. When a bill of exchange is drawn, you don't record any entry. But when a bill is accepted, you record the entry. Why is accepting the bill? So for him, it's a bill receivable or payable? Payable. So what is the bill payable entry? Very good. 1/1/2020, 2 bills payable. So we have to make this payment to banker in future. How much? 1,000 rupees. But as on the bill drawn date, when the bill is drawn, first who will receive money? First full money who will receive? X will receive. X will receive the full money from the bank first. So can I say this 1,000 rupees what I have to pay to the banker, which X is having, so I need to receive from X in future. So can I say X account debit 1,000 rupees, 2 bills payable 1,000 rupees. The money which I am supposed to pay to the banker in future, I need to first of all receive from the X either now or in future. So X account debit here means I am creating an asset that I need to receive from X in future. And once I receive this money, I'll take this payment to the banker in future. So X to bills payable, any problem? Hello?
No, sir.
No problem.
No sir.
Now guys, if you see here, the third transaction is happening between banker and X. So will Y record that? Online people not responding.
No, sir.
No. So this is a transaction between banker and X.
X.
Once X is receiving this amount, X is now giving half of this money to whom?
Y.
Y, which means Y is receiving the money. So Y is receiving money. So on which date? On 4th Jan.
4th Jan.
On 4th Jan 2020, we are receiving money. We are Y. Bank account debit. How much?
485
rupees. And when I am receiving this money, proportionate expenditure, should I bear or not bear?
Yes sir.
Because in the previous, when we recorded the entries in books of X, X is reversed the expenditure to the extent of 15 rupees. He first recorded full 30 rupees expenditure. In that 15 rupees he has reversed because I will record now. So I have to record no. Which means what? 15 rupees he will record, 15 rupees I will record. 15 rupees X will record, 15 rupees Y will record. So now 15 rupees Y will record as a discounting charges. So total how much money Y is enjoying? 500. Sorry, 2x 500. Sorry, 2x 500. Now people, here you created an asset of 1,000 rupees saying that X you have to pay me this money. Out of that, can I say X is paid you already the amount or X is settled an amount to the tune of 500 rupees. So how much money balance X has to pay you?
500.
All in people, all of you said, okay, wonderful. Now guys, come back to the diagram. 5th transaction done. Now on the due date, what is happening? X is paying the balance 500 to Y, which means Y is receiving the balance 500. So what is the due date?
4th
of April 2020. So we are receiving the money. We are Y is receiving the money. Debit the receiver.
Bank account debit to X.
And to that extent, we are settling X's account. 500, 500. So here, guys, Y is paying us this money. So in the first transaction, we said that XX, you have to pay me 1,000 rupees. In that, on 4th of January itself, X settled 500 rupees. Now, on the due date of 4/4/20, X is settling balance 500. So how much total money Y is having now?
1,000.
Full 1,000 rupees Y is having. So what will he do with that 1,000 rupees?
Pay to the bank.
He has to make that payment to the banker. Full 1,000 rupees he has to pay to the banker. So now before that, let's see what all account is opened and closed. Sir, X account is opened here. 50% closed here. 50% closed here. Now which account is opening? Sir, bills payable is open. That we have to close. So when will that get closed? Now, sir, on the date of maturity. So 4/4/2020, on the date of maturity, what will happen?
Bills
I'll have to make the
payable.
payment to the banker. So from my bank account, money will go out to bank.
Bank
How much money is going out? 1,000 rupees.
1,000.
And this is for closing the bills payable, to closing a liability. Liability is a credit balance. To open credit, to close debit. So I am closing here bills payable account debit 1,000 rupees. So now here, guys, bills payable account was opened here. And on the due date, bills payable is closed here. Now tell me if you have any problem here. Hello.
No, sir.
Easy or difficult?
Easy.
Easy or difficult? Hello.
Easy, sir.
Easy, sir.
It was easy because of my teaching, or it was already easy question?
Because of your teaching, sir.
That is an highlight, no? So do you think I'm a good teacher?
Very much, sir.
No response from other people. I'm not a good teacher. I know.
Sir, you're the best teacher, sir.
Very good. Only one person is saying I'm the best. Others offline. No.
Even I told, sir.
Correct. Akhil said, Mokshita said. Other people are not even accepting. See, Gurupati is like, sir, no, sir. I've seen better teachers than you. What I do, sir? Chiller fellow. Correct, no? She's telling no words to scold you, sir. Now, let's compare this with the textbook answer. Asset to liability. Now, this is the money that we receive from X. This is the money that we further receive from X. And this is the amount we are settling to the banker. Entries matching or not matching?
Matching.
Matching.
Can we go for a quick break of 3 minutes? Sir,
Yes,
why are you
3
giving break
minutes,
itself, sir? For 3 minutes. Okay, 13 minutes. Better, sir. Let's take a break of 13 minutes. We'll come back and continue. Yes, people, welcome back from break. So let's continue. So guys, I told you today we are going to discuss 3 cases. So first 2 cases discussed. First case was, guys, accommodation of the drawer. We were helping the drawer. So A drew bill on B so that A can be helped. Then we saw case 2 where accommodation, that is helping, is done for both drawer and drawee. So in that case, we saw X draws bills on Y. In that, X is enjoying 500 rupees, Y is enjoying 500 rupees. Now, third case, accommodation of bill drawn on each other, which means both will draw bill on each other. So that brings to illustration 3 people. Now, it says that X draws a bill on Y for rupees 500 for 4 months. For 4 months. On 1st Jan 2021. So who's the drawer of the bill? Who's the drawee of the bill? X is drawer, Y is drawee. What is the bill amount? 500. What is the credit period?
4 months.
Okay. And the issue date, acceptance date, everything is 1st Jan. And Y draws on X for a similar amount, which means for a same amount, Y is also now drawing to X. And the term is same. And the terms and conditions are same. Same 500 rupees, same 4 month, same amount 1 Jan 2021. Both bills were discounted from the respective bank. Both of them discounted from the respective bank at the rate of 6% per annum discounting charges. On the due date, both the parties meet their respective acceptances. Pass necessary journal entries and books of both X and Y. Very simple. Now, people, this is X. X drew a bill on Y. So first one, bill of exchange drawn. Y accepted a bill of exchange. So bill of exchange accepted. Then Y drew bill on X. Bill of exchange drawn now by Y to X, and who has accepted now? X is accepted. So bill of exchange accepted by X. X draws bill on Y for 500 rupees and Y draws on X a similar amount. Okay, till this we have done. Now both of them were discounted this bill with the respective banks. So X will go to his banker. Let's say X is having the account in Axis Bank. So X will go to Axis Bank. Now what is the bill of exchange worth he will hand over? Discount bill of exchange worth 500. In return, he is getting money after discount. So what is discounting charges? 500 rupees into 6 by 100 into 4 by 12. What is the amount? Calculator. 10 rupees, which means 490 rupees is what X is receiving. Am I right? So guys, X is enjoying 490 rupees. So 490 rupees money is enjoying, and 10 rupees is discounting charges. And 10 rupees is discounting charges. 10 rupees is discounting charges. Now guys, same way, Y is going to his banker. He is having his account in HDFC Bank. So Y is got one bill. Now he will give this bill. Discount bill of exchange worth 500 to HDFC Bank. In return, HDFC Bank will give how much? 490 rupees. So 10 rupees is the discounting charges. Till this clear? On the due date, Y has to make the payment to Axis Bank. How much money Y has to pay? 500 rupees. Y has to make the payment to bank. This 500 rupees, if Y has to make the payment to Axis Bank, first of all, Y has to receive it from X. But here, X is given the money, not in form of cash. He has given it in form of bills. X is giving what? He's accepted to pay the money in future. He's giving you a bill. Guys, when X is giving a bill of exchange, for Y it is what? Bill receivable, no? On the due date, Y has to have 500 rupees. Am I right or wrong? On the due date, 500 rupees can come in form of cash or bank. Instead of coming in cash or bank, on the same date of issuing of the bill or accepting of the bill, Y is getting, instead of cash is getting bills receivable. And this bill he discounted, can I say he's already got the money? Yes, on the due date, Y is supposed to make payment of 500 rupees to the Axis Bank. That 500 rupees already X has drawn a bill on Y has got it discounted. So this 490 rupees, who is enjoying the money? Y is enjoying the money. So on the due date here, X will not make any payment to Y. Y will not make any payment to X because the payment is already made in form of bills receivable and bills payable. So here guys, on the due date, X is supposed to make a payment of 500 rupees. So this 500 rupees, if X has to pay to HDFC Bank, he has to receive first of all from Y. He has already received now 490 rupees from Y. 490 rupees X, how did he receive? If Y did not execute a bill of exchange, how would the money be received from bank by X? So X has already received 490 rupees here. That same 490 rupees will make the payment here. Y has already received 490 here. He'll make the payment 500 here. Swap. Again, listen to me very carefully. Yes, again, I'm explaining. Listen to me very, very carefully. Guys, I'm talking on the due date. On the due date, can I say Y has to make a payment of 500 rupees? So if he has to receive this 500 rupees, can I say he's already received this 500 rupees here? When he has exchanged a bill of exchange on X, so Y has drawn a bill on X, X is accepted and given back, and this he has already discounted with the bank at 490. So on the due date, Y has to pay 500, but that money is already got from X in form of bill on the issue date itself in advance. So on the maturity date, do you think X will again pay 490 to Y? Not possible. Because if Y is going and asking X that pay me 490 rupees, he will kick. He'll tell donkey, I already gave you a bill for 490. Why did I give you this 490? Why did I give you this 490? Because Y did not trust X. Y thought that on the maturity date, if X doesn't pay the money, what will I do? Now, guys, imagine this situation. Imagine in this situation, X and Y are known to each other, but they're not thick friends. So Y will have a doubt, no, that on the maturity date, if this fellow doesn't pay me 500, how will I pay to the banker? He's got a fear. So to overcome the fear, Y was very smart. Now in this example, X locked Y. Correct? No, X is locking Y because Y has to make payment to banker, and who's enjoying that money? X is enjoying the money, but Y has to make the payment to the banker. So here Y is locked. Now Y was very clever. What he did is he did not trust X. He said that same way you execute one bill and give me. So Y has drawn a bill on X. Now in this, who is trapped now? X is trapped. So on the due date, if X doesn't make the payment to Y, Y will not make the payment to X. On the due date here, if X doesn't make the payment to Y, Y will not make the payment to X. So X will suffer here, Y will suffer here. Both of them will suffer, and both of them enjoyed the money. So suffering cancel, enjoyment cancel. Game over. This is a bit complicated, but if you understand this in the true sense, what I'm saying, you'll get the pulse.
Sir, this case will happen only when X and Y needs the same amount?
Yes, X and Y. This case will happen. No. This will happen in other case also. This case has so happened that you can think in two ways. X and Y were in need of money, but they were not trusting each other. So X said that I'll draw bill on you. Why? Why you draw bill on me? So on the maturity date, you don't pay me, I will not pay you. We will pay to the respective bankers directly. Game over. So here, guys, think now. Here, X has got 490 rupees. He's enjoying this money. And here, X is making the payment to the banker. So 490 is enjoying here. 500 rupees is paying here. Back 10 rupees is the charges. Same way here, guys. Y is enjoying 450 rupees. Y is enjoying 490 rupees. And he's making the payment here. So he's receiving the money here. He's making the payment here. What is your problem? Now let's do this question once through the journal entry. You'll understand even more better. Let's do it, guys. Let's do it.
What if the amount was 500 and 1000?
When the amount is different, that is complicated transaction, which is given in ICA study material. That's why before we started working out the complicated problem, I'm giving you easy questions. So that easy questions will set your base. Now when the complicated questions will come into picture, you'll be able to better handle. So that I'll teach in the ICA module. Now please don't ask me what will happen if the amount is smaller or bigger. All that is covered very neatly by ICI. All the harassment ICI is taken care of. You don't have to worry. Recording is சொல்றேன் தெய்வமே டிகிரி கொடுத்த தெய்வம் அப்படியே சொல்லக்கூடாது. Next. Now, okay, we have to draw in the books of X. In the books of X. Guys, now when I record both this scenario and this scenario, both we have to record. So don't miss it, okay? We have to record both the scenarios. Now people, first transaction. A bill of exchange is drawn by X on Y. So for drawing bill of exchange, we don't record any entry. But when a bill is accepted, we record entry. When a bill is accepted, X is receiving the bill. On which date? 1 Jan 2021. So 1/1/2021, 1 Jan 2021, bills receivable account debit. How much? 500. 500. And this money we have to make the payment to Y in future because Y has to make this payment to the banker in future. So keeping that process in mind, we'll do this. Any problem? Online people, any problem?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Now here, Y has drawn a bill of exchange on X. Now X is accepting this bill and giving it back to Y. So X is accepting the bills payable. So on the same date, guys, on the same date, what is happening? 1/1/21. Now we are agreeing to make the payment. X is accepting the bill. So 2 bills payable. How much? 500. And this money, what we are accepting to pay to Y now, we have to receive from Y in future so that we can make the payment to the banker. So Y account debit 500. Any problem? This is bill 1. This is bill 2. This is asset. This is liability. Any problem? Now here guys, Y account is opened here, closed here. Any problem? Y account is opened here, closed here, which means what? We are supposed to make payment to Y 500. We are supposed to make payment to Y 500 and we are supposed to receive 500. Plus 500 minus 500 becomes ultimately 0. I have to pay you 500. You have to pay me 500. So we will not pay each other. Game over. Online people, hello. Correct? No. I have to pay you 500 people. You guys have to pay me 500. So will we do like this? You take 500. I take 500. Will we do like this? Or we will act like a matured people. 500, 500, knock off. Which is better way?
Knock off.
Knock off. Now, next transaction. X is going to the banker. X is going to the banker and getting the bill discounted. Getting the bill discounted. And this money, who is in keeping and enjoying? Full 490, who's keeping and enjoying? X is keeping and enjoying. So full 10 rupees, who will bear? X will bear. So what is the bill discounting entry? When the bill is discounted? Sir, the bill is discounted on... Nothing is given means, can I say same 1st Jan? Sir, on 1/1/21. Sir, this bills receivable which I had in my hand, I gave it to banker. Credit what goes out. So 2 bills receivable 500. In return, what did banker give you? Sir, 490 rupees he gave it to my bank account. So debit what comes in? Debit the receiver 490. So what happened to balance 10, sir? He did not pay me. So it is my charges. So discounting charges account debit 10 rupees. Now guys, bills receivable, debit 500, credit 500. Can I say the account is knocked off or knocked off? Bills receivable account is opened here, closed here. Simultaneously, guys, you have to keep a check of this also. Take a pencil in examination hall, draw the line. At the end, erase it fully. Because if you draw the line, the examiner thinks you cut the answer. So you draw the line, but don't forget to erase it. Or else Govinda only during examination hall. Now.
Sir, I don't understand the second journal.
Which second journal? Ida? Akka, Yenaka. You forgot, Y is drawing a bill of exchange on whom? Y draws on X a similar amount. X draw bill on Y. Y draws on X. Okay. So first entry, can I say bills receivable to Y is X drawn bill on Y?
Yes, sir.
Now Y is drawing a bill. So X is accepting. No. So when bill is accepted by A, is it not his responsibility to record bills payable?
Yes, sir. Sure.
So bills payable account credit. And this money we have to recover from whom? In the bills payable 500 what you created, X has to pay this money to banker in future, no? So this 500 rupees who has to give? Y has to give on the maturity date, correct? No, because Y is enjoying this money by discounting. But X has taken the obligation. So if X has to pay this money to banker, first we have to receive from Y. Purida?
Yes, sir.
So that is why Y to bills payable.
Okay, sir. I went to open the door and you did this, so I didn't.
But yeah. Okay, this is all unfair. Now further I take extra 10 rupees fees for double time explanation. Now coming back. 10 rupees kammi, okay, 1,000 rupees I'll take. People are laughing. Sir, what chiller buddhi you have? You explained 10 rupees only you're taking. In 10 rupees today, coconut doesn't come. Okay, 1,000 rupees I'll charge. Fine. Now coming back. Guys, bill has been discounted. This discounting entry, we have passed it. Third entry. Fourth entry is what? Y is making the payment to Axis Bank. Will I record in X book? No. So leave it. Leave it. Now come back here. First entry, bill drawn entry. Recorded, not recorded. Bills of accepted entry recorded. Now bill discounting is happening between whom? Y and HDFC Bank. Will Y record it? No. But X is making the payment to HDFC Bank on maturity date. Now, this is a transaction between X and HDFC Bank. So, X is making the payment on the due date. So, what is the due date? What is the due date? February, March, April, May. So, 4th May 2020 or 21? 21. X is making the payment to which bank? HDFC Bank. So only for your knowledge, I'm recording HDFC Bank. Or just read bank also, nothing worry. So we are making the payment to whom? Bank. So from my bank account to bank going out. How much money is going out? 500 rupees is going out. So this is, can I say, a payment against the bill? Guys, you are making the payment to banker against what? Bills payable, because on the maturity date, HDFC will produce you what? He is the holder of bill. He will give the bills payable to you. You have to make the payment. So you are making this 500 payment against what? Bills payable, no. The bill payable, what you signed here, accepted here, that went to the banker and banker is now giving it to you. So therefore, the bills payable liability is getting knocked off. So bills payable, account debit 500, to bank 500. Any problem? When I do that, people, bills payable opened here, bills payable closed here. That's all. Very simple jujjupi entry. Any problem, please? This is the first bill accepted. This is the second bill accepted. Then the first bill discounted. Then the second bill payment. Nothing, guys. I have just gone in the order. If you have a problem, you have to draw this diagram. 1, 2, 3, 4 transaction I've recorded. So as per the transaction only, I've recorded journal entry. You don't have to by heart anything, guys. If you know this diagram, if you draw this diagram, you don't have to by heart that what entry to record, what entry not to record. You don't have to by heart. Just go with the diagram. The diagram will tell you which entry to record and which entry not to record. Tell me, people. Hello? Online people slept, everybody. I know.
No,
No,
sir.
sir.
Everybody, hello.
Hello, sir.
Hey, hello, lada. Now, in books of X, பரவாயில்ல ஹலோ சொன்னதுக்கு திருப்பி அவன் ஹலோ தான் சொன்னான் இல்ல சில பேர் லோலோன்னு வாங்க. Now, in the books of Y, now people, X is drawn a bill on Y. Will Y record the bill drawn? No. Y will record it when accepted. So Y is recording the bill accepted. So for Y, it is the bills receivable or payable? It is receivable. Tell receivable. Y is giving the acceptance, for him it is receivable. It is payable. It's a bill payable for Y. So 1/1/21, 2 bill payable. How much? 500 rupees. Bills payable is 500. This bill, Y will make payment to whom? What is this, Karna? This is Y. Nalla therida. On the maturity date, arrow mark inge pode. Where is arrow mark going? It is pointed to Axis Bank. What has X got to do with this? So on the maturity date, Y is supposed to make this 500 rupees to Axis Bank. But did he enjoy this money? No. Who is enjoying this money? X is enjoyed. So you have to receive this money from whom? X. So X account debit 500, 2 bills payable 500. Any problem? Online people, any problem?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Then next case, Y is drawing a bill on X and X is accepting. We are recording the entry in whose book? Y's book. So for Y, it is bills receivable. So next entry again on 1/1/21. We are getting a bills receivable from X worth 500. And this money, 500, guys, we will discount it from the bank and we will enjoy this money. But ultimately, who has to make this payment to the banker in future? X will have to make this 500 payment to the banker in future. So therefore, we have to pay the money to. Why so rare? Feeling sleepy? You have some water? Give it to him. Guys, on the due date, X has to make this payment to whom? HDFC Bank. So from where will the banker, from where will X get money? Y has to pay to X. Then only X will make the payment to HDFC Bank. So to X. 2X 500. Y has to make this payment to X. We have to make this payment to X in future so that X can make this payment to the banker in future. Any problem with the first two entries, please? Hello. It is just ulta of these two entries. Ulta of these two entries. Now, guys, now people, X is discounted this money with banker. So will Y record it? No. Here, Y has discounted this money with bills of exchange with HDFC Bank. Now will Y record this? Yes. So here 1/1/2021. Second case, Y is giving the bill to whom? HDFC Bank. So what is in return getting? What is in return Y getting? Money in the bank account. Sir, bank account debit. How much? 490. What is the bill you handed over? Sir, 500 worth of bill handed over. 490 only we got. What happened to balance 10 rupees? Discounting charges, account debit. Discounting charges, account debit. So guys, this discounting charges 10 rupees recorded here. This discounting charges 10 rupees is recorded in Y's book. Any problem? Any problem? No problem. Now, what am I supposed to record next? After the bill is discounted, on the maturity date, X has to make the payment to bank. So this will I record in my books of accounts? No. Here on the maturity date, Y will have to make the payment to Axis Bank. So can I say this I'll record in my books of accounts? Yes. So this we will record now. So this is a transaction. Axis Bank and Y is a transaction between both of them, Axis Bank and Y. So now guys, on the due date, what is the due date? 4/5/2021. 4/5/2021. Y is making the payment to Axis Bank. Why? Because Y has promised a bills payable. So Y is making a payment of 500 rupees against this bills payable. So what will be the entry? Bills payable account debit to bank 500, 500. Now let's see if the accounts are knocked off or not. Guys, X's account is opened here. X's account is closed here. We said that XX, you have to give me this 500 rupees. So X gave it to you in form of a bills receivable, hence the account is knocked off. Then bills receivable was opened here and closed by discounting it. Bills payable is opened here and closed by making the payment here. Credit, debit, credit, debit, credit, debit. Credit is positive means debit is negative. So plus and minus will knock off. That's all, people. Everything is knocked off. Everything is knocked off. Now tell me if you have any problem. This is basics. If you don't understand this, I'm telling you next 3 to 4 questions that we are going to do is a bomb. Bomb means atom bomb. Nuclear bomb. Now tell me, people, any problem?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir.
Can we take a quick break of 8 minutes? We'll come back and continue. One more question is my target. Then I will wrap up for the day. That question is twisted because I have not taught you. Now I will teach you. Then you will say, sir, Zuzupi question, sir. So let's take a break. Then we'll come back and continue, people. Yes, people, welcome back from another break. You guys are lucky that you got 2 breaks today. Now, illustration 9 of your ICS study material. So this is accommodation of bill. You guys will read this, not a problem. Theory. So illustration 9, guys, from the scanner, I'll do it. Okay, fantastic. Now, guys, illustration 9 says that on 1st July 2019, George or Georgie? George. Okay. George drew a bill of 180 for 3 months on Harry for mutual accommodation. So who is trying to help whom? Okay, who's drawing bill on whom? George is drawing bill on Harry. George is drawing bill on Harry for how much amount? 180. What is the credit period? What is the bill period? 3 months. Okay. For mutual accommodation means for helping each other. Harry accepted the bill of exchange. Till this, no problem. Till this, everything is perfectly happening in our life. From here, something is going to happen which is going to damage our life. Like that, you will think. But I will come as a protector and as a savior and help you out. Listen to this very carefully. Georgie had purchased goods worth 1,81,000 from Jack on the same date. George endorsed Harry's acceptance to Jack in full settlement. On 1st September 2019, Jack purchased goods worth 190 from Harry. Jack endorsed the bill of exchange received from George to Harry and paid rupees 9,000 in full settlement of the amount due to Harry. On 1st October 2019, Harry purchased goods worth 2 lakh from George.
Sir, we'll
Harry
do this
paid some-
tomorrow, sir.
Harry paid amount due to George. Harry paid the amount due to George by check. Give the necessary journal entries in book of Harry and George. How is the question? I'm coming. Now, this is the very first question immediately given after the explanation of what is accommodation of bill. What is accommodation meaning they gave. Ninth question itself is a Yorker ball. So imagine if I did this ninth question to you. What will happen? Sir, we don't need foundation. We don't need you. We are going and doing something else. You will go off. To make your life easy, only I gave you those 3 examples. Those 3 examples, how do you find? Easy. This is also easy. We have to draw the diagram to understand. So let's do it. Again, reading the question properly, we'll do the diagram. Now, guys, one by one, we will do it. On 1st July 2019, George drew a bill of 180 for 3 months on Harry for mutual accommodation. So let's go back to the whiteboard. Georgie. Gorgia. அவன் கேட்டானா
There is no E, sir.
is Gorge, not Georgie. Whatever man, somebody, G fellow. Now, Gorgi. Gorgi. What for me? Now, this fellow is Harry. Very nice name. No confusion. No harassment. Georgie drew a bill of 180 for 3 months on Harry. Arrow mark is going like this. Drawn bill of exchange for 1,80,000 rupees. Now which Harry has accepted a bill of exchange. Now please tell me, guys, is there any genuine transaction happening between G and H? No, which still H is giving a liability of bills payable accepted. So which means what? Acceptance of bills of exchange, which is a bills payable for Harry, and for G it is bills receivable. Now what happens is that G had purchased goods worth 181 from Jack. So now there is a third party called as Jack. There's one third party called as Jack. G had purchased goods from Jack for 181 rupees. 1,81 rupees. Sorry, 1,81,000 rupees. So can I say the third transaction is goods purchased by G from J for 1,81,000 rupees. Any problem? For G it is purchase, for J it is sale. For Georgie it is purchase. I'll tell Georgie only, don't stop. For Georgie it is purchase, for Jack it is sale. Now Gorge Gorgi. Okay, Gorgi. Gorgi. Gorgi had purchased goods worth 188 from Jack on the same date. Gorgi endorsed Harry's acceptance to Jack. So Gorgi is giving something to Jack. What is he giving to Jack? Fourth one. Endorsing the bill of exchange. Before endorsement, who was the holder of bill? Who was the holder of bill? Gorgi was the holder of bill. Now we are endorsing bills of exchange worth 1,80,000 rupees to Jack. So now who is the holder of the bill? Jack is the holder of the bill. Online people, what do you say?
Jack is the holder of.
Jack is the
Yes,
holder of
sir.
the bill. Now, one more time, let's read this. Gorgi had purchased goods worth 181 from Jack on the same date. On the same date of bill of exchange being executed. Gorgi endorsed Harry's acceptance. So Harry has accepted one bill, no, which is there with Gorgi. That bill he has endorsed to Jack as a full settlement, which means Gorgi has to pay Jack how much? 181 he has to pay because he has enjoyed the goods worth 181. But as a full and final settlement, he's paying only 180. So what happened to balance 1,000 rupees? Gorgi has received as a discount, as a rebate. Till this clear? Okay. Then on 1st September 2019, Jack purchased goods worth 190 from Harry. Now, Jack is purchasing. Fifth transaction. Jack purchases from Harry worth 1,90,000 rupees. Any problem? Hello, people, any problem?
No, sir.
On 1st September, Jack purchased goods worth 190 from Harry. So for Jack, it is purchase or sale? For Harry, it is purchase or sale? Sale. Very good. Very good. Now, Jack has purchased these goods. So can I say Jack has to make the payment? Hello? Jack has purchased the goods, which means what? Can I say Jack has to make payment to whom? Harry. So what Jack is doing is, now Jack has got one bill, no? He is endorsing the same bill of exchange, what he got from Gorgi to Harry. So now, whatever bill he got from Jack, no, the same bill, he is endorsing it to Harry. So here, the sixth transaction, endorsing 1,80,000 worth of bill. Endorsing 180 worth of bill. Jack endorsed bill of exchange received from Gorgi to Harry. Jack endorsed bills of exchange to Harry, which was received from Gorgi, and paid 9,000 as full settlement due to Harry. Now listen to me very carefully. Jack has to pay totally how much to Harry? Jack has to pay total 190 to Harry. He is paying 1,80,000 in form of a bill of exchange. He is paying 9,000 rupees in form of cash or bank. In form of cash or bank, he is paying 9,000 rupees. 9,000 rupees is paying in form of cash or bank as a full settlement. So what happened to the balance amount? What is balance amount? 1,000 rupees is what? Discount received by Jack or discount allowed by Harry. Any problem here? Which means the bill what Harry initially accepted to pay, that bill is coming back to Harry itself. So initially when this bill was executed, guys, bill was executed, it was a bill payable. So Harry has to pay to Gorgi. Gorgi transferred this to Jack. So Harry has to pay to now whom? Listen to me very carefully. Harry gave a bill of exchange to Gorgi. So Gorgi was the holder of the bill. If Gorgi was holding the bill till the maturity date, so Harry has to pay whom?
Gorgi.
But did Gorgi keep the bill till maturity? No. Gorgi endorsed it to Jack. Now, if Jack had kept that bill till the date of maturity, Harry has to pay to whom? Jack. But did Jack keep it to himself? No, he endorsed it to Harry. So on the due date, if Harry is keeping the bill with himself, Harry has to pay to whom? Harry has to pay to Harry. So now this bills payable has become now
null.
Bills receivable, which is to be nullified. Correct? No. The money which I'm supposed to pay, it is turned around and come back to me itself. So it's like I have to pay to my own self. Correct? No. Till this question is clear or not clear? 100% not clear. It will be only 30 to 40% clear. If you're clear with 30%, I'm happy. Hello? Online people.
Yes, sir.
On 1st October 2019, Harry purchased goods for 2 lakh. They are not stopping here. Purchase is going on. Now, on 1st October 2019, Harry purchased goods for 2 lakh rupees. Now, this gentleman, what he's doing is that 7th transaction, he is purchasing goods from Gorgi. That is, Harry is purchasing goods from Gorgi for how much? 2 lakh rupees. Correct or not correct? So Harry is buying goods for 2 lakh rupees. He has to pay how much? 2 lakh rupees. Harry paid the amount due to Gorgi by check. Give the necessary journal entries in books of Harry and Gorgi. So first, in whose book we'll do? Harry or Gorgi? We'll do first Gorgi's book. Let's do first Gorgi's book. Okay, online people, can we do it? So this diagram, I'll explain one more time when I do the journal entry. Okay, so let's do the entry in books of Gorgi. Spelling Gorgi, G-O-R-G-E. Now, guys, on 1st of July 2019, Gorgi drew a bill of 180 for 3 months on Harry for mutual accommodation, and Harry is accepting a bill, which means if I have to come back to my diagram, there is a bill drawn here. Guys, there is a bill drawn here. There is a bill drawn here and the bill is accepted here. For accepting the bill by Gorgi, Gorgi will have to record the entry. On what date? Sir, 1st July 2019. So come back here. Date, particulars, debit rupees, credit rupees. On 1st of July 2019. Guys, we are recording books of Gorgi. Gorgi is received the bill accepted from Harry. So can I say there is a bills receivable for Gorgi and it's a bills payable for Harry? Yes or no? So we are recording in Gorgi's book. So Gorgi, it is a bills receivable. So what will be the entry? Bills receivable account debit to, and this money, guys, whatever we are receiving bills receivable from Harry. So in future, Harry has to pay to somebody now. Now, why will Harry pay chumma to somebody in future? Here, guys, this is an accommodation question where Gorgi has drawn a bill on Harry so that Gorgi can enjoy some money and give it back to Harry. So on the due date, can I say Gorgi has to pay this 180 back to Harry? Only then Harry will make the payment to somebody in future. Correct, no? So can I say Gorgi has to remember to make this payment to whom? Harry. So to Harry account, I'm crediting 180, 180. Any problem? Yes, Harry is accepting the bill and giving back. So bills receivable. Okay. And this is not our money. We are taking help from Harry. So we have to remember to make the payment to Harry in future. Tell me yes or no. So bills receivable to Harry. Any problem? Kana, onak purida? Guys, online people, hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Wonderful. Now, guys, what is Gorgi doing, sir? Third transaction. Gorgi is purchasing the goods from Jack. So it is a purchase entry. Purchase entry on which date? Gorgi had purchased the goods worth 181 from the Jack on the same date. Which date are they talking about? 1st July. So 1 1/7/2019. 1/7/2019 purchase entry. So purchase account debit to, we are purchasing from Jack. So Jack is my creditor. So to Jack, it is 181. Any problem? Side by side, keep checking the answers in your textbook also. If I'm doing anything wrong, let me know. Guys, then what is happening, guys? There's a fourth transaction. Once the goods is purchased from Jack, Gorgie endorses to Jack Harry's acceptance in full settlement. Now we are endorsing the bill worth 180 to Jack in full settlement. We are making the payment to creditor. Can I say endorsing of a bill is as good as making the payment? Payment can be made in three ways: cash, check, or bill. If I give my bill to Jack, it is as good as making my payment. Correct? No? Bill of exchange is nothing but the money which I am supposed to receive in future, that money I am giving to Jack. Now, instead of Gorgie receiving 180, Jack will receive 180 from somebody in future. So it is as good as making payment. When I give my bill to Jack, it is my asset I'm giving it to Jack. It is my money that I'm giving to Jack. So now what will be the endorsement entry? Sir, Jack is a creditor here. We are settling his account. So when are we settling this account? No date is given. Can I say in the same date? 1/7/2019. Is the date correct? Textbook, please check. Jack is a creditor. We are settling him. Means we are reversing the creditor. We are reversing Jack. Jack account debit how much? 181. And how are we making the payment to Jack? Sir, through bills receivable. The bill what you had here, no? The bill what you had here, this you are making the payment to Jack. Guys, cash, bank, the money which I have in cash form, the money which I have in bank form, the money which I have in bills form, all are my asset. So I am making the bills receivable how much? 180. But Jack is 181. Correct, no? Guys, Jack account that is opened is 181. So I have to close Jack account 181. But the amount what you paid is only 180. So what is balance 1000?
Discount received.
Discount received, you can say, or you can say rebate received, whatever it is. It is a nominal account, credit all income and gain, which means what? Guys, Gorgie got 181 worth of goods, but he's paying only 180. So for him, that 1000 rupees is a gain, no? So credit all income and gain. So 1000 rupees is a gain. Yes, Sai Sanjay.
But discount received is only for wrong payment. So if we are paying, but then rebate.
This is also for payment only, no? Anything you can put. Rebate, if you put, nothing wrong. In textbook, what they've done, rebate.
Rebate is only given when it is from payment and discount is only given.
This is, see, this is actually a payment done. When the payment is done in form of bill, there's a discount given. So if you put discount received, is nothing wrong. Actually, rebate is wrong. Why? Because rebate is normally given when? Rebate is not given for early payment. Cash discount is given for early payment or for prompt payment. Rebate is normally given for what? For any other reasons other than
Retiring.
cash discount or bulk discount, which is damage example. But here in your CA material, what they're doing is even such kind of discount what you're receiving, no, they treat it as rebate. So what have they done in textbook? Rebate only they have done it. It's fine. You put rebate and discount, nothing wrong. Both are same only.
Purchasing which was 1 lakh income, so it's a big number.
Correct. No, this is happening at the time of payment. No, it's not a trade discount. See, purchase is happening here. You did not get the discount at the time of purchase. You got the discount at the time of making the payment. While making the payment, you said that, no, I'm not giving 181, I'm giving you only 180. So let it be discount received or rebate received, nothing wrong. Both are acceptable. Now, guys. Now tell me, bills receivable account is opened here. Can I say bills receivable is closed here by endorsement? The money which I was supposed to receive from Harry, now that money I've transferred it to Jack. So from Harry, who will receive money? Jack will receive money. Jack will now receive money from Harry. So bills receivable open and closed. Then Jack account is opened here. Jack account is open here. Jack account is closed here. Any problem? Online people?
No, sir.
No problem. Very good. Now going forward. Fourth transaction done, guys. What is the fifth transaction? Fifth transaction is Jack is purchasing goods from Harry. Will Gorgie record this? No. Sixth transaction, Jack is endorsing the bill to Harry. Will Gorgie record that? No. Seventh transaction, Purchasing goods from Gorgi, 2 lakh rupees. Who's purchasing? Harry is purchasing goods from Gorgi. So Gorgi is selling or buying? Gorgi is selling goods. So Gorgi is selling goods to Harry, which means Harry is buying goods from Gorgi. We are recording in whose books? Gorgi's books. So sale or purchase? Sales. It's a Gorgi sale. Gorgi is selling goods to Harry. Guys, what have they told here? They have told that Harry is purchasing from Gorgi. For Harry, it is a purchase. If Harry is purchasing from Gorgi, Gorgi is selling. So Gorgi, it is a sale. Now clear? Going back. Gorgi is selling. On what date is selling? 1st October 2019. 1st October 2019. So 1/10/2019, Gorgi is selling, guys. It is a credit sale. So what is the credit sale entry? Sir, Harry account debit to sale. What value? 2 lakh. 2 lakh. Online people, any problem?
No, sir. No, sir.
Now people, here there is one Harry account. This means what? We have to make a payment of Harry 180. Why? Because Harry has given a bill of exchange. We did not give any benefit to Harry, and Harry has accepted to give a bill of exchange. Harry gave us a bill of exchange of 180. For whose benefit? For Gorgi's benefit. For Gorgi's benefit, Harry gave 180. And we promised Harry that on the maturity date, don't worry, I will give you payment, Harry. Harry, I will give you payment on a future date. But on a future date, you paid Harry not in form of cash. You settled him by making a sale of goods. Just listen to me very carefully. This is Gorgi. This is Gorgi. This is Harry. Gorgi drew a bill on Harry. Bill of exchange is drawn. Harry is accepting bill of exchange. So 1,80,000 rupees. Who is enjoying technically? Gorgi is enjoying. Did Harry enjoy anything? No. On the due date, can I say on the due date, Gorgi has to pay 180 rupees to Harry, so that Harry can do the settlement to the opposite party. The opposite party could be a banker. The opposite party could be an endorsee, anybody. So Harry has to make payment to somebody, no? Because Gorgi does not have the bill in his hand, which means he would have given bill to either banker or some other person. So that person on the due date will come and ask money from whom? Harry. So when on the due date, that third party will come and ask money from Harry. Harry should have money in the hand, no? So on the due date, what will Gorgi do? Gorgi will pay this 180 to Harry, correct? No. But here in this question, Gorgi has not given 180 worth of money. Gorgi has given 2 lakh worth of goods. Correct? No. Harry has to receive something from Gorgi. Harry has to receive something from Gorgi so that Harry can pay that money to third party. So here, Harry is not getting that benefit in form of cash. Harry is telling that you don't pay me money 180. You pay me 2 lakh worth of goods. Now Gorgi will say, why will I give you 2 lakh worth of goods? I have to pay you only 180, no? Why will I give you 2 lakh worth of goods? Harry is saying, donkey, wait. You give me 2 lakh worth of goods. In that 180, what you have to pay me, you minus it. Balance 20,000, I'll pay you. You have to give me. Gorgi has to give Harry 180. But instead, I'm taking from Gorgi 2 lakh worth of goods. So Harry is getting 20,000 extra benefit. That 20,000, Harry is saying that I'll pay you, don't worry. One more time, I repeat. Gorgi has drawn a bill of exchange of Harry, to which Harry has accepted the bill and gave it to Gorgi. So Gorgi is enjoying how much money? He is enjoying 180. How is he enjoying? Sir, either he'll go to bank and discount, like that he will enjoy, or he will transfer this to some endorsee creditor and he will enjoy the money. Correct? No. So who is enjoying the money here? Gorgi. On the due date, who will have to pay the money to the person? Harry has to make the payment of the bill. So for that, Harry has to have some benefit, no? Some money, no? So on the due date, can I say Gorgi is supposed to pay 180 to Harry? Yes or no? Now Harry is saying that, do one thing. You don't pay me 180 worth of money. Instead, you pay me 180 worth of goods. Do you have any problem? Once again. Do you have to, instead of paying me cash, you give me goods? Both are same, no? Either you get money from Gorgi or you take goods from Gorgi. The only twist here, what happened is, instead of getting 1,80,000 worth of goods, he got 2 lakh worth of goods. 2 lakh worth of goods. Will anybody give you for 180 worth of money? Will they give you 2 lakh worth of goods? No. So Gorgi said, no, I'm not giving you 2 lakh worth of goods. You take 180 from me. Gorgi said, Harry said, wait. You give me 2 lakh worth of goods. You're actually supposed to give me only 180 worth of money. No, you give me 2 lakh worth of goods. Extra 20,000 what I've taken from you. The extra 20,000 worth of goods what I'm taking from you, for that I'll pay you, boss. Harry paid the amount due to Gorgi by check. So whatever the difference amount is there, Harry is willing to pay the 20,000 to Gorgi. Am I clear with this point? Yes, now ask me.
Now the case is between only George and Harry. Jack is not included.
Because the bill is again roundabout and come to Harry, no?
So now we are saying, sir, that at the end of the case, Harry will pay 20,000.
Harry has to pay, first of all, two transactions here. Harry has to pay 1,80,000 to himself. And 20,000 rupees he has to pay to the Gorgi. He has to pay to Gorgi for enjoying that extra 20,000 worth of goods.
Bills payable and bills receivable got nullified.
Yes.
So the transaction got over.
Yes.
So this 2 lakh is a different transaction.
Exactly. Now coming back. What did we record? Harry account debit to sale we recorded. Guys, Harry account debit to sale means what? The 7th transaction we recorded. Am I right? Now listen to me very carefully. Can I say bills receivable account is opened here? It is closed here. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Bills receivable account is opened here, closed here. Now, Jack account is opened here. Jack account is closed here. Am I right? Now, what is open?
Harry.
Sir, Harry's account is open. How much is open?
20,000.
1,80,000 rupees. Who has to pay to Harry? Guys, in Gorgi's book, it is a liability. We have to pay to Harry 180. And here we have sold goods to Harry, which means here we have to receive from Harry how much? 2 lakh. So here I'm supposed to receive 2 lakh from Harry. Here I'm supposed to pay 180 to Harry. So if I take the difference, what is the difference? 20,000. 20,000 rupees should I receive from Harry or should I pay to Harry?
Receive.
Receive from Harry. So
Bank account debit.
on 1/10/2019, Harry is saying that donkey, you take the 20,000. I don't want your money. So Harry is saying that Gorgi, you take that money. So Gorgi is receiving bank how much?
20,000
rupees. And to that extent, Harry's account is getting settled 20,000 rupees. Now listen to me very carefully. I need to close Harry's account. Harry is credit how much? 180. Harry is credit here how much? 20. Credit 180, credit 120 will become credit 2 lakh.
2 lakh.
And Harry account is already debited
2
2
lakh.
lakh. So 2 lakh debit, 2 lakh credit, 2 lakh plus 2 lakh minus means Harry account knocked off, Harry account becomes 0. Now tell me if you have any problem. Now please check whether all the bills, payable, bills, receivable, Harry, Jack, every account is closed or not closed. Yes, just go with the flow. You'll understand automatically. Don't complicate too much. Just go with the flow. So how many entries totally we recorded? Textbook, can you please match and tell me? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In books of Gorgi, first they record purchase entry. That is wrong. Actually, first is the bills receivable entry. This is the first entry. Bills receivable to Harry. Bills receivable to Harry. Bills receivable to Harry. Then only purchase is happening. No. First bill is executed. Then only purchase from Jack is happening. This is second entry. Third entry. We are making the payment to Jack. We are settling the payment to Jack through bills receivable. Fourth, we are selling to Harry. So from Harry, we have to receive 2 lakh. From Harry, we have to receive 2 lakh. And here we have to pay to Harry how much? 180. So from Harry, we have to receive 2 lakh and we have to pay 180. Receive 2 lakh, pay 180. Receive 2 lakh, pay 180. So what we're telling? Receiving 2 lakh and paying 180 will knock off. So what is the difference? 20,000. Receive 2 lakh, pay 180. Receive more, pay less. So what is the difference? 20, receive more. Receive more from whom? Harry. So receive bank account 20,000 and close Harry's account, game over. Now this question, you have to practice in next 1 week. You have to practice this question minimum 3 to 4 times. Today, the moment you go home or tonight, you have to read this question, draw the format and do the question by yourself. 2 possibilities. You will get it right or you might struggle. So if you struggle, this video, you have to watch it one more time. You have to watch it one more time because this is that difficult level of question. Within 12 to 24 hours, one time you have to work out. To leave one day tomorrow gap, day after tomorrow, one more time you have to work out. Then again give a gap of 4 to 5 days, one more time you have to work out. So these complicated questions which is there in textbook, no, all those complicated questions you have to work out within 1 week, minimum 3 to 4 times. Minimum 3 to 4 times. If you're not satisfied minimum 3 to 4 times, you might have to work out more also. Only when you work out that many number of times, you will get a hold on this concept, because this is very, very tricky. And now guys, touch your heart and tell me, to deal with such level of questions, how much strong you have to be with your basics. This is the 9th question of your bills of exchange topic. Straight 9th question. Imagine, had I not taken the initial topics, we did how many? This is today's, I think, 5th class. We've spent almost 4 classes, approximately 2.5 to 3 hours. Even keep it 2.5 hours, which means you have spent 10 to 11 hours on basic part. Then we are doing this complicated part. And before doing this complicated part, I did some 3 basic questions. Imagine if those basic questions are not done. Directly, if I land to this question, what will be your feel? Gone. Same way, guys, in every chapter, I'm telling you, every chapter, the level of the foundation is like next level. So matriculation people, you have to level up from level 1 to level 4. CBSE people, you need to level up from level 3 to level 4. Only then from level 4, you can go to level 5 very easily. If you try to jump from level 1 to level 5 directly, or from level 3 to level 5 directly, you will fall in the gap. That's why the basics are very, very important. No basics, you will have a very vague clarity in the topics. Online people, am I clear with what I'm saying? One person left the meeting also. Who's that?
Don't know.
Akhil, Riza, Jivika, Mokshita, Shini, Subiksha. One person. Akhil, Alvin left. Yes. I'm telling you, you will be clear as of now. Next second, you'll forget it. Some people will be clear even till now. By evening, you'll forget it. That's why I told you that this video I'll be uploading on YouTube. Watch it n number of times you want. You have to watch it because to get a hold, you have to sit alone with your full concentration. You have to do this by yourself. Today, when I'm doing, it's my brain which is working at 100% capacity, because I'm doing it one particular pace. For you, you might need to do even at an even slower pace. So do this question once by yourself. Watch this video slowly at your pace. You will definitely get it. It's my assurance. Now ask me if you have any doubts now. Come again. It is a bill receivable for Gorgi. Exactly. Which means this 180 worth of asset is with Gorgi. That asset he has transferred to somebody else. Why? Because he has enjoyed some goods from Jack. So he's transferred that asset to Jack.
And then
Jack has purchased goods from Harry, so he has transferred that to Harry.
And then Harry is purchased from
Gorgi.
Worth
2 lakh.
Still, it's a bills receivable for Gorgi.
No, because that bills receivable is transferred to Jack. No, for Gorgi it is no more bills receivable. No.
Yes, sir, but Gorgi has to.
Because you're telling bills receivable is still there, but bills receivable is already knocked off here. No, you knocked off this bills receivable against the endorsement. No, so asset from Gorgi's hand is gone.
Oh, he had the amount, but Harry want to pay the amount.
Harry will not. Harry will have to pay which amount? Harry will pay the purchase value amount. Harry has to pay 2 lakh rupees of purchase value, and Gorgi has to pay this 180 because Gorgi is enjoying this 180 worth of bill. So he has to pay to Harry. That's why we have a liability here. No, we have to pay to Harry 180 karke the liability is created. See, understand in accommodation of bill, Gorgi is enjoying this 180. Harry has accepted to make this payment in future. But did Harry enjoy anything as of now? When the first transaction was encountered, guys, did Harry enjoy anything? No, he was just helping whom? Gorgi. which means Gorgi has to pay 180 rupees to Harry on the due date so that Harry can make payment to somebody. But here Gorgi is making the payment not in form of cash, he is making the payment in form of goods. So instead of giving 1,80,000 back to Harry in form of cash or bag, he's giving 2 lakh worth of goods. Gorgi started crying that no, you gave me bill worth 180 only, you gave me benefit 180 and you took 2 lakh rupees. Harry saying, don't cry. Whatever the difference amounted, I'll pay you, boss. That's why he's making the payment in the last instance. Bank to Harry to 20,000, 20,000. Like that, Harry's account is knocked off. I'm telling you, do this question aram se by yourself. You'll get it. As of now, you will get this question only 20%. This question, the whole what you'll get is only 20%. Next 4 times question you have to work out. So 20 plus 20 plus 20 plus 20. Only when you work out the question 5 times, once in class, 4 times by yourself, then you'll get the 100% hold. I'm telling you point blank. This is not an easy question. This is a very, very tricky question. Am I clear? Now let's do this question from Harry's point of view. Guys, from Harry's point of view. Online people awake, alive? Sorry, awake?
Alive and awake.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Others? No response. Nicely sleeping, no?
So let's start.
That Guna says an iconic dialogue for this case so that we don't forget also.
What iconic dialogue? Now, very simple people. Gorgi has drawn a bill of exchange of 180 on Harry. Harry has accepted the bill. So if Harry is accepting a bill, on the date of acceptance, will Harry pass any entry or not? Now, in the books of Harry, in the books of Harry, date, particulars, LF, I'm not writing, you write it, debit rupees, credit rupees. Now guys, on what date we are accepting the bill? On 1/7/2019. Guys, 1/7/2019, Harry is accepting a bill. So it is a bill receivable for him or bill payable?
Payable.
Bill payable is a liability. Bill payable is a liability. So do bills payable. How much bill is accepted for? 180. He has to pay this bills payable to some person in future. That could be a banker, that could be an endorser, anybody. But actually, is he liable to make the payment? Or he has to receive this money from somebody in future so that he can make the payment to somebody else in future? Second option, no? So bills payable is the money that we have to pay to whom? Some third party in future. But for that, we have to receive this money from whom first? Gorgi. So Gorgi account debit 180. So in future, we will first receive money from Gorgi 180, and then only I'll make this payment to whom? Some third party in future. 180. Online problem? Sorry, online people, any problem?
No, sir.
Okay.
No, sir.
Now, what is the second transaction? Gorgi is endorsing this bill to Jack. Sorry, Gorgi first purchasing the goods from Jack, and then he's endorsing this bill to Jack. Will Harry record it? Will Harry record this? Online people, will Harry record this?
No,
So
sir.
third entry and fourth entry, Harry will not record. Then what is happening? Fifth entry, Jack is purchasing the goods from Harry. So Harry is purchasing or selling? Jack is purchasing from Harry. If Jack it is
Selling,
purchased,
Harry.
if Jack it is purchased, for Harry it is sale. So what is the sale entry? On which date? On 1/7/2019, Jack purchases from Harry. So 1/9/2019. For Harry, it is a sale. He is selling the goods to whom? Jack. So we have to receive money from Jack. So Jack account debit to sale. What is the value? 190. Now guys, Jack is endorsing the bill of exchange received from Gorgie to Harry, which means Jack is having one bill which he got from Gorgie. That bill is endorsing. So endorsing 180 worth of bill. So who is endorsing to whom? Jack is endorsing to Harry. So Harry is receiving the bill. So now, on which date is receiving the bill? 1st September itself. So on 1/9/2019, bills receivable account debit. How much? 1,80,000 rupees. Now look at the language. It says that Jack endorsed the bill of exchange to Harry plus paid 9,000 in full settlement. Full settlement. So they're settling Jack's account fully. So they're settling Harry's account fully. So now, guys, how much are we supposed to receive from Jack?
190.
190. And we are settling fully. So which means to Jack will be how much?
190.
190. So 190 we are supposed to receive. In that 180 you have received in form of bills receivable. In form of cash or bank, we are receiving how much?
9,000.
9,000 rupees. What is the difference?
1,000.
1,000 rupees. It is a discount received, or you can say
Allowed.
paid. Sorry, discount allowed. This because it is a loss for us. We are not receiving the money, no. So it is discount allowed or rebate allowed account debit. Guys, Harry has given benefit worth 190 to Jack. He has sold goods worth 190 to Jack. So from Jack, he was supposed to receive 190. From Jack, is supposed to receive 190. But out of that, he received 180 only from in form of bills receivable, 9,000 in form of bank, and 1,000 rupees he did not receive. So it is a loss for Harry. So debit all expense and losses. So discount allowed, rebate allowed account debit. Any problem?
No.
Online people, any problem?
No, sir.
Now listen to me very, 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 very carefully. Jack account is opened here. Jack account is closed here. Correct, no? Jack account is opened here. Jack account is closed here. Now tell me, as on 1st September 2019, who is the holder of the bill? Who is the holder of the bill? Who is finally having the bill? Sir, Jack has endorsed the bill to Harry. So Harry is the holder of the bill. He is having the bills receivable in his hand. So Harry has to make the payment to whom? He has to make this bill initially accepted by whom, boss? Who accepted initially? Harry accepted. So Harry gave the acceptance to Gorgie. Then that acceptance was transferred to Jack. And then that acceptance came back to Harry. So Harry has to pay the money to himself. Which means this bills payable and bills receivable both are in his account. So will Harry pay to himself? In the 180, take it. Oh, my money, I'll keep it. Correct, huh? So what we'll do? We'll not do all that. It is my money. No, I'll knock off in the ledger itself. My money in my pocket. The account is opened where? In the books of accounts. Knock off. Sir, what are you saying, sir? Very simple. Harry has to pay this 180 to somebody. Who is that somebody? Harry himself. So here he has to pay. Here he has to receive. If I knock off these both accounts, guys, on 1 July 2019, Harry gave this bill to Jack. Sorry, Harry gave this bill to Gorgie. So Harry had to pay this money to Gorgie. Then Gorgie gave this bill to Jack, which means Harry has to pay to Jack. Then Jack gave this money to Harry. So Harry has to pay to Harry. So Harry has to pay. So payable. And Harry has to receive this money. So receivable. So will you actually make the payment? If you make the payment, what is the entry? Sir, bills payable to cash. And if you have to receive the money, it is cash to cash account debit to bills payable. This is also my cash. This is also my cash. So cash is knocked off. What is the entry? Bills payable to bills receivable. Bills payable to bills receivable. So what will I do? I'll directly pass. I'll cancel the bills payable ledger. I'll cancel the bills receivable ledger. On which date? On same date. On the same date when I received the bill, from Jack, I had my bill in my hand. So on that day itself, I got to know that I have to make payment to myself. So on that day itself, I'll knock off the bills payable and bills receivable entry. So on 1/9/2019, guys, I am supposed to make payment to myself. I have to make the payment to me and myself. So that bills payable I need to knock off. Bills payable is currently in credit. To knock off, I need to put in debit. So bills payable account debit how much? 180. And I have to receive money 180. So this is currently in debit. To knock off, credit to bills receivable 180. So can I say now, guys? Can I say now bills receivable debit is knocked off against bills receivable credit? Bills payable credit is knocked off against bills payable debit. So now if you look at this, bills payable account closed, Jack account closed, bills receivable account closed. Any problem till this? Then what is happening, guys? Then what is happening? 6th transaction over 7th transaction. Purchasing goods from Gorgi. Who's purchasing? Harry is purchasing. So what is the Harry's purchasing entry?
Purchase to go.
What date he is purchasing? 10th October, 1st October. So 1st October 2019. Purchase
Account debit.
Debit to whom?
Gorg.
Gorgi. G-O-R-G. Sorry. Gorgi. How much? So 2 lakh.
2 lakh.
Tell me one thing, people. Gorgi 2 lakh rupees credit means, can I say Harry has to pay this 2 lakh rupees to Gorgi? Guys, we are Harry's book, Gorgi's credit means liability, which means can I say Harry has to pay 2 lakh rupees to Gorgi? Tell me yes or no.
Yes, sir.
Gorgi credit means can I say liability? Yes or no?
Yes.
Liability means what? Payment. Payment to whom? Gorgi. We have to make payment to Gorgi. And how much money we are supposed to receive from Gorgi?
1,80,000.
1,80,000 we are supposed to receive. Can we knock off these both? So 2 lakh rupees we have to pay to Gorgi and receive from Gorgi 180. Pay 2 lakh, receive 180. Pay 2 lakh, in that what you have to receive 180 minus. So what is the difference amount I have to pay? 20,000. Who will pay to whom? Harry will pay to Gorgi.
John.
Very good. Super. Can I say on same date?
Yes, sir.
1/10/2019. We have to make
Gorg account
to bank how much?
20,000.
We are making the payment to whom?
Gorgi.
Gorgi account debit 20,000. Now let's see if Gorgi account is closed or not closed. Yes, Gorgi account debit how much? 180. Here Gorgi account debit is how much? 20. Gorgi account debit 180. Gorgi account debit 20,000. Totally how much?
2 lakh.
2 lakh. And here Gorgi amount credit how much? 2 lakh. So
2 lakh.
total debit 2 lakh, total credit 2 lakh. Ledger is
Knock off.
closed. So can I say Gorgi's ledger is also closed now? So Gorgi ledger closed, bills payable closed, Jack closed, bills receivable closed. Jack is closed, bills payable is closed, bills receivable is closed. Gorgi is also closed. Everything is closed. Now compare with the textbook and tell me if I have missed out any entry. Bye pella, just cross checking. How is this question? I told you nuclear bomb, no? Yes, did I say or not in the beginning?
Not so bad, sir.
No, he's telling, sir, after you took it is not so bad. You tell properly, Akhil.
Yes, sir.
Ah, thank you. Now, but still I'm telling you, you feel you're understood. No, your understanding is only 20%. Trust me, I'm telling you. If you believe that you understood 100%, if you leave this question without practicing, no, after 2-3 days, everything will forget. So as I said, within 12 to 24 hours, first time you have to work out. You have to work out. This is the toughest question. Please mark it T. I told you very clearly that all the questions that you're working out, you have to segregate between easy questions, medium question, and tough question. As you progress, few tough questions will become medium questions and few medium questions will become easy questions. You have to keep on updating that. Finally, when you're revising the exams, no, you will get to know finally which are all the easy questions, which are all the medium questions, which are all the tough questions. Easy questions, you have to do the revision 2 times to 3 times more than sufficient. Medium questions, you have, like I'm telling you till the final exams. Medium questions, you have to do the revision minimum 4 to 5 times. And tough questions, minimum 6 to 8 times you have to at least either work out or glance. Some tough questions, if you glance, like let's say out of 8 times, 4 times if you glance, 4 times work out, it is fine. But questions like this, 4 times if you work out doesn't make sense. You have to work out at least 6 times and 2 times glance. Okay. Now this is the practice, guys. This many number of times, if you practice only then, if such example comes in or such questions comes in exams, you can get full 100 marks. I mean, full 10 marks or 15 marks, whatever it is. Online people, are you getting this point? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So please mark this question, very, very important. And you have to practice at least 6 times totally. But initially next 1 week to 10 days, you have to practice minimum 3 to 4 times now itself. So 4 times if you practice in next 10 days, 2 more times you'll practice in next 2-3 months. You'll be very comfortable. Am I clear? Now people, you're done with this. We're left with how many more questions? How many questions are there in ICA module? Total how many questions? 27 questions are there? No. I'm telling you only in ICA module. 3 more? Question is that 10, 11, 12 is there, correct? Okay. So 10, 11 and 12, I'll do it. 10, 11, 12, I'll do it. Because those are nuclear bomb to nuclear bomb. 13th question. Easy question. Please mark it as homework. It is there as a practical question. It's a book bag practical question. Homework. 13th question homework. Please mark the question homework. 14th question. You'll try. 14th question. Please try. You may get it. You may not get it. If you don't get it, let me know. 14th question I'll do in the next class.
Sir.
Yes, boss.
So can you send the scanner alone?
Yes.
Now?
Just put a message in group. We'll encrypt and send it. Now, 15th question is homework. This is I think this is similar to the question what we already done in the 4th question. That what is a Katrak question? Like that it is. 16th question, what do you want to do? It's a RTP and MTP question. Can you try? Try. 16th question, try. Homework. Again, try. 16th is homework. I hope all of you are making a note. Okay. Homework. 18th is homework. 19th is homework. Sir, give everything homework. Why are you even telling? 20 homework. No, not enough. Emma, you cannot sit with this chapter for long, no? You have to finish and wind up very fastly. Jujubi question. Homework. This is average due date question. I don't know why it came here. 21 question has got nothing to do with bills of exchange. I mean, it's an average due date question. Leave 21, leave it. 21 scanner. Just check what is that. No much. Okay. 22 question also should not come. 22 question also is wrong. This is not a bills of exchange question. 21, 22. (23) homework. 23 homework. It's a PEP November 2020 examination. 24th is homework. RTP May 22 question. 25th question. Homework. It's look all jujube question. It's not like that ICA question. ICA question 10, 11, 12 is deadly question. That you cannot do without my help. But this is all jujube question. 25th question homework. '26 question RTP number 22 question. Jujube question. Homework. This is also 26. How come 26, 26 two possible? Homework. Jujube question. November 22 examination. This is December 22. Last batch students know who got 95. This paper only. 27th question. Homework. MTP November 20, 10 marks. No, that's all. Wait. Wait. True and false. Homework. I'm telling you, when I'm saying wait means wait. There is something I'll tell. Wait. Theory questions, you have to do it. You might get a direct question, so you have to read it. No escape. Homework. Then I've given you some additional true and false question from a special book. That also homework. It's all year question, huh? Mind you, it's all year questions. All year questions. Now, so when are we meeting next? Today evening? We'll get to scanner.
No, sir.
Today evening class is there, no?
Sir, but we have a lot of homework, no?
Who is that, no? Subiksha. No wonder. So what do we do? Should I give evening time as homework? Or should I keep class? Very good.
So
I
we
like this bit.
complete all this homework today itself, sir.
Your deadline for completing all this is by today night. If I feel too much pavam for you, then I'll give you maximum time tomorrow morning extension. So tomorrow, what will you do full night? 6 hours of sleep is more than sufficient. What are you talking? Okay, by tomorrow 12:30 or 2:30. By tomorrow 24 hours I'm giving you. How many questions are there? So you take every question half an hour. 14 questions half an hour means in 7 hours you can finish this. What are you talking? You are CA foundation students. You have to be hardworking. No, Swati. Yeah, out of 24 hours, 7 hours only I'm asking you to study. Remaining same time you sleep, eat. No, who's saying no? So tomorrow 2:30 is the deadline for you to submit the homework. Failing which there'll be a punishment. What punishment I'll declare tomorrow. No. Ferrero Rocher is all kutti. That is all interest. Principal is pending. That I'll ask something else. Okay. Why? Because, see, I'll tell you why. Because, shushu, I have a reason. By tomorrow afternoon, if you tell me no, then we'll have our next class on Thursday morning. So Thursday morning, I'll finish those 3 questions. Apart from that, if there's any other questions, I can finish off. So my target is to finish this by Thursday. So Saturday morning, we can start with average student. We cannot drag this too long. Because few people did not do the basics properly. I was forced to do the basics in the initial stage. So we took a lot of time. So I need to compensate it. So please, I am giving you a target by tomorrow afternoon. You have to finish this. And tell me by tomorrow afternoon which all questions is bothering. That doesn't mean you give me everything in written homework or classwork. No, please don't do that. We'll not have time to finish it. So the last class that I'm dedicating for bills of exchange is Thursday. Thursday morning we have to wind up. So that Saturday we can start with average due date. Okay, so when are we meeting next? Thursday. Online people, when are we meeting next?
Thursday.
Very good. So Thursday we'll meet it, but Thursday we'll start the session a little late. I think we'll start by 11 o'clock only. I have Thursday is June 1, no? Yeah, so we have 2 functions to be attended from morning 8 till 10:30. So we'll finish that, and by the time I come here, it'll be 11 o'clock. So 11:15 range will start. So it'll go up till 2:30 it'll go. I mean 2 o'clock, 11:15, 11:30 will start. 2:30 will go. Half an hour lunch break, 3 o'clock class. Perfect it is. Thursday, instead of maths class, I'm planning. No. Instead of maths class, I'm planning economics class. Tomorrow, no class, economics class. Directly, we have Thursday economics class. Okay. So yes, people, that's all from my side for today's session. I'll see you all in the next class, which is on Thursday morning, 11:50 a.m. sharp. Until then, bye bye. See you. Take care.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.